Berkeley, California.
You got it.
This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
Why?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this NFL Week 5 kickoff Thursday, October 2nd, 2025, this program begins now.
Football!
It's magical, and Week 5 of the NFL season is kicking off tonight, which might be the best game of the weekend. But there are a lot of injuries as we head to the NFC West in Los Angeles at SoFi Field. Whose house? Rams' house. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua on record pace to do something that only Matthew Stafford has done with two other wide receivers before. Whenever you talk about receiving, and what Puka's year has looked like has been immaculate, and it's obviously a big part of the conversation about Devontae Adams joining the Los Angeles Rams and now having multiple weapons. And then you look at the young buck on the defensive side, Jared Verse and the boys of Fisk, everybody up front, have transitioned so nicely into this generation, this era of the Rams defense, post the Aaron Donald era, and this Rams team is the real deal. They started out as favorites of 3 on October 28th, or September 28th.
Yep.
It's all coming together here.
It's just start of the month.
Yeah, September, Just
Rabbit.
September.
It happened in September, and
it's carrying on here to October. And on September 28th, the Rams were favored by 3. Now it's 8.5. And obviously that's because of a lot of injuries to the San Francisco 49ers. McCorkle Jones will be the quarterback because Brock Purdy is back out again. Obviously had to hurt toe, came back, didn't look great. Now on a short week, let's go ahead and get maybe 2 weeks of rest for him on this toe after paying him hundreds of millions of dollars this offseason. Let's make sure he's back healthy. Obviously, Jawan Jennings, a massive piece of the entire operation, out. Ricky Pearsall, out, not great. Jordan Watkins, out. Robert Beal, out. And then on the other side, Havenstein's a dog. He's doubtful. And Tyler Higbee, he's also doubtful. But the Rams, much more healthy than the San Francisco 49ers. But the San Francisco 49ers got a resurgence from Mac Jones. They got Christian McCaffrey.
Sure.
They got Fred Warner.
What?
No, I know they lose the Jungle Cat, Nick Bosa. They still got Fred Warner.
Yeah.
That's not flying around. And all the other guys on the defensive side that we love. Now, there is a stat that we got from Hembo. Kyle Shanahan, as an underdog against Sean McVay, is 7-2 against the spread. Okay, against the spread, 7-2 against the spread. 8.5 is a lot of points for a division game on Thursday night.
It is.
Started out as 3 because that's what everybody kind of just assumes. These teams know each other. They're good teams. The injuries have certainly been a massive piece of the sports books, changing this all the way to 8.5. Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone. Now, Tone, I know that 95% of the bettors that have been reported are hitting the over for Puka Nakua's reception tonight, which is 7.5. Okay, that's probably a safe bet. McVay and Stafford. I think, Connor, what was the stat you saw? They're force-feeding Puka and Devontae.
It's ridiculous. Puka has 503 yards. Devontae has 269 yards. Tutu Atwell has 92 because of that touchdown, because the Colts don't know. It's 11 on 11. And then Higbee is next with 62 yards. So really, the split is Puka 503, Devontae 269, and then Higbee 62 yards.
Devontae Adams is living the dream.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams living the dream. I got an offense coordinator that is force-feeding me, basically. And then number 1 wide receiver, maybe of all time, depending upon how it goes, is on the other side, eating up the coverage for me. And Matthew Stafford, this guy can spin it. He's like Aaron spinning the ball. So I'm always open. I'm always in. So Devontae Adams obviously having a great time. The bettors, though, how are they viewing this game? Other than Puka's over of 7.5, what is the percentage of money for the public? What is the percentage of money for the book? Because we're at the point now where we got enough data where we're saying the massive publicly bets are not doing well. Okay? If it looks obvious right now, it's obviously going the other way, is what stats are telling us.
Yes.
Is tonight one of those situations, or what is the money saying tonight, Tom?
So to your point, on the season, if a game has 60% or more on a side, they are 10-24 against the spread, which is a 29% hit rate right now. So not every week when you ask me was it the books or the public, it's been the books every single week. But tonight you talked about how Shanahan and McVay. Shanahan has been good against McVay. He's 10-5. Versus McVay, just straight up, okay? And then against the spread, 7-2 as a dog. Now that you go to the other side, Shanahan not versus McVay, Shanahan just as a dog. This is just straight up to win the game. 4 or more points. If he's a dog of 4 or more points, he's 4-23 straight up. If he's a dog of 6 or more points, he's 1-18 straight up. So Shanahan has not been good.
He's losing the games that everybody says he's going to lose.
Supposed to lose, yes. But he's been good against McVay, so you got to pick apart all those things. Can the Niners play without their starting wide receivers? They do have some depth there as far as some guys that they brought in. I believe Kendrick Bourne, MVS, guys like that they brought in. So we'll see how Mac does with the funky bunch tonight.
Kyle Shanahan as underdog versus Sean McVay, including playoffs. The under is 6-3.
That makes sense.
Okay, so maybe they're able to make it a cagey affair. Robert Saleh, 6'4". We know he's an absolute monster. Maybe he's able to dial up something to stop this Rams offense, which is very dynamic. I mean, they can run it, they can spin it, they can get their tight end involved if they need to, and then their defense is just everywhere seemingly. Now, Danny Dimes and the boys, the Indianapolis Colts, certainly should have had a win. But since they didn't, you wonder, are the football gods on this Rams team side?
Yeah.
You know, especially if we got guys dropping the ball at the half-yard line. And is that happening for anybody else? No, it's happening for the Rams. What's that all about? What do they got going on over there? Can we put that tail of the tape out back? This is the play I'm talking about, by the way. Maybe the football gods did come down and say, Jim Irsay, we know you've been trying to do as much as you possibly can, but let's go ahead and let us take over this one because we like the Rams. Let them drop the ball right there. Half-yard line. Third quarter. Down 3. And then when 2 minutes later, let's have him hold somebody on Jonathan Taylor's 60-yard touchdown.
Yep.
Like, okay, we get it. Okay, we get it. We're not going to win this game. But the Rams get that win. Is destiny in their favor for the Los Angeles side. Now, here's the tail of the tape record against the spread.
Great.
Total yards per game. Total yards allowed per game. Total points per game. Opponents' points per game.
Wow.
8.5 point spread. Okay. Yeah, you see, and then second, third, 28th, 13th. Okay. San Francisco 49ers rush offense, not great. That's
weird.
That's
Interesting,
weird.
yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense with Christian. Fifth total offense, 4th, 6th, 9th, 17th, 10th, 5th, 9th. Like, we're kind of all a couple outliers there, but we were dancing in the same waters, these two teams. Shanahan and McVay know each other very well. Saleh knows McVay very well. Before his Jets stint, obviously, he's back over there taking it. So I am intrigued by tonight, and I think we need to enjoy this game. Let's go to the Talks Table at Ty Schmidt. I know baseball is humming, but tonight we got a great NFL game.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's weird because going into this with all the injuries, you're kind of thinking, or at least I was this morning, like, this game's going to suck. This is going to be terrible. And then you look at that, and it's like, wow, these teams are actually pretty darn even. We'll see. I mean, I'm kind of coming back around on the, hey, maybe Mac Jones is the guy they've needed all along. And granted, Brock Purdy was very hurt last week, but I mean, if they're, if they want to throw the football tonight, they're down a couple guys. But Mac Jones, I'll tell you what, in his couple starts, he has looked capable. So we'll see, because the Rams, they are a team that, they're in the quad box every single week. And so, you've got guys on them. They're good. They're fun to watch. So this is going to be interesting. I just hope it's points. I hope it's not a cagey affair. There's a good chance it will be.
Now, there's a chance the Niners faithful will take that thing over
Yeah.
down there in Los Angeles. We hope not. Obviously, we hope it's a Rams house, and we hope that place is crazy. We can't wait to catch up with Kirk and Al and Kaylee and the entire pre-show and nightcap squad. We appreciate them doing as good of a job as they always do, and we can't wait to watch it. We might have Herb Street join us here in 20, 30 minutes or so. Okay. I do believe they're in the middle of some potential meetings. We'll see if he has some time. Just what he's here.
Exactly.
8.5 point spread, division rival on Thursday nights. Obviously, a lot of points. I assume that's what Coach McCarthy's going to say whenever he joins us in the next hour. But it's the injuries. What's Shanahan's mindset? How's he going to keep it moving? We shall see. Last night, baseball. Hey, today, baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday, Schwarbo, Cal Raleigh on program. Baseball. In the offseason, at baseball.
Yeah.
Feels like we've tried our best. The most we have done about baseball is certainly this season. And hopefully that only grows going forward as long as ESPN doesn't hold us back from actually getting to do it.
Sure.
One particular person, that's
Doubt
gross what that person did. Just absolutely gross what that person did. But on that note, MLB has been delivering for the people, and it's been the stars making the plays. Last night, great baseball. My wife and I, not a big baseball fan, captivated by Sox and Yankees. It was impossible not to. And then the most electrifying man that I saw at Home Run Derby, Jazz Chisholm does his thing and comes and shows up big time for the Yankees. And then a Yinzer puts that thing away. Last night was awesome for baseball. What do we have today? And what do we need to know about what happened yesterday?
Yeah, so today we had the Dodgers clinched last night. It was a great run for Kirk's Cincinnati Redlegs. They got embarrassed pretty much 2 games in a row by the Dodgers, which I kind of think is what everyone expected. So they're out. We got Dodgers-Phillies now.
Yeah, Shohei's pitching.
Shohei is pitching game 1. That has already been confirmed by their manager, Dave Roberts. So that's going to be awesome. That's going to
it is. That's in Philly.
Exactly. Shohei v. Schwarber, Shohei v. Bryce Harper. We're gonna get some very juicy matchups in that one, and then all of the other games. They were elimination games yesterday. Obviously, the Guardians beat the Tigers, the Padres beat the Cubs, and then last night you mentioned the Yankees beat the Red Sox. So we're running back all those games today. I've said it a couple times. Like last night is if you have nothing else to watch and there are no sports on, it's not a football night. Playoff baseball it's awesome because I know they talk about it, and it's every sport. Every play matters. In like the NFL, first play of the game, a guy could have an 80-yard touchdown, and that could be the deciding factor in the game, or whatever the case may be. Like it always matters. And baseball in the regular season, I don't think that really counts as much. But you could see last night watching this game, like, especially if you're a fan of one of the teams, like it's pins and needles every single pitch. Because the way that game went last night, Ben Rice, who didn't play in game 1, a lot of Yankees fans were like, what the hell are we doing? This guy's been very good against the Red Sox. He hits a home run, and then we go a little bit later. Every time the Red Sox needed someone to answer last night, Trevor Story he answered. The Yankees would go up, boom, he would get an RBI single. And then this is later in the game, the Yankees go up once again on a Judge fly out to the outfield. Or it wasn't a fly out. It ended up popping out of Durant's glove. But Story answered every time they needed to. And then we got down late. Again, Jazz, I don't know where we're at right now.
7-7.
Okay, yeah.
He's a blind man, actually.
Yeah, I am.
This was bases loaded.
Bases loaded. And you can see, it's one of those things. This pitcher, these are the kind of guys that become stars during the playoffs. That's Fernando Cruz. Watch this. This guy's a maniac.
Yeah.
He's an absolute psycho. He does this pretty much every single outing he has. If he gets out of it, throwing his hat, screaming, like really being kind of an emotional anchor for the Yankees. He's a madman. He's from Puerto Rico, and he's got the juice big time. And when their backs are against the wall, they needed him most. And then, boom, Jazz Chisholm's on first base. Austin Wells, another guy, their catcher who hasn't been great. Singles to the outfield, and Jazz goes from first to home in 9.1 seconds and is safe. The Yankees pull up 4-3. That was a massive play because there was a lot of talk about his attitude after game one. They were interviewing him in the clubhouse, and he kind of had his back to reporters. He was really pissed off he didn't play, so they were going to say, hey, how is this guy going to respond when it matters most? Well, there you have it. He scores the game-winning run earlier in the game. He had a massive play, and then you mentioned it. The big guy from Pittsburgh, David Bednar, who the Yankees traded for at the deadline, comes out to Renegade and gets a fly out with a little bit of trouble to end the game. So the Yankees, here we go. We got another game tonight, and we'll see. It was an electric baseball game.
Yeah, I agree. It was absolutely electric, and Aaron Judge making a huge play there. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I saw a couple at-bats late, obviously. Aaron Judge is going to be under a microscope all the time. Let's go back to Bednar, the Pittsburgh guy. Because he comes out to Renegade.
Yes.
Yeah.
He played for the Buccos, Pittsburgh Pirates. He's from Pittsburgh.
Yes.
He has season tickets to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He does.
He's a die-hard Yinzer.
Yes.
And this guy was pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was an all-star for the Pirates.
Okay, so obviously this piece of trash owner says, let's get this guy the hell out of here. We've seen a lot of pitchers from the Pirates go other places and have success.
Yeah.
Die-hard Yinzer makes the all-star game as a Pittsburgh Pirate. Owner, you need to get out of here.
Sorry.
You understand what this is. Send him on his way. So then Renegade happens at Yankee Field.
Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium. Renegade happens the first time. I saw it all over the internet. And all Pittsburgh people were like, nope, can't have that.
Whoa.
That can't be how this goes. So he actually thought about getting rid of it because he thought he was disrespecting the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Is that not what he thought? He thought he was disrespecting Pittsburgh as a whole. And then he went and laid down at night and had deep thoughts. And what happened? How did he end up keeping this entire thing?
Yeah, he basically said, I was, and this is verbatim from a quote that I read. He said he was thinking about getting rid of Renegade, and then he said, but you know what? I hear that, and it just makes me think about James Harrison sacking Joe Flacco, and I get pumped up. So I couldn't do it. That's the mentality he wants to carry to the mound, so he's sticking with Renegade.
And we said, get out of here. We had that guy. We had the Cy Young winner.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's crazy.
This guy loves, but I thought of Jay. Every time I'm jogging out there, I'm thinking of fucking Debo just taking on the Cleveland Browns quarterback's head. That's what he's thinking. That is, and of course the Pirates say get him out of town. On that note, good to see you, Yinzer.
Yep.
Good to see you, buddy. That's fun to watch. Baseball has been delivering. Shohei pitching is great news.
Yes.
I'm so in Philly,
Come
the
on.
bank, I believe is what they call it, which is obviously
Good luck.
an insane.
Little
To
worried.
who?
To Shohei.
You think Shohei's worried about anything?
No. Tony's
I'm pretty
Tony's
sure
talking
he-
about.
I'm pretty
He's
sure-
saying good luck because there's a casino next to the stadium. Remember we talked to Kyle, and I think he's more worried about possible.
On that note, those things happening around Shohei,
Yeah,
very regular. This type of noise at the bank, at the casino.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lot,
smelling sage, maybe.
a lot of bank involved.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of noise around him with very similar
There's going
things.
to be a lot of noise in Philly.
And all he's ever done is just walked right in. He does not care at all. This guy is he's a special machine.
Yeah.
This Shohei Ohtani. Baseball's been delivering. We appreciate baseball.
Hell yeah, baseball.
Let's go to some football conversation. Tom Brady asked Peyton Manning on the first episode of Rushmore whenever they were trying to piece together the best 4 receivers of the football in the history of the game. Tom Brady asked Peyton Manning, he said, you ever see anybody get open on Revis? You ever see? He actually asked, you think Jerry Rice could get open on Darrelle Revis? And Peyton goes, I think Jerry would say he could get open on Darrelle Revis. And Tom Brady goes, exactly. Nobody could get open on Darrelle Revis. There's a reason it was Revis Island. Darrelle Revis was getting paid like a mercenary, like $25, $30 million a year, just come in and lock down an entire half of the field. Hey, the other team's best wide receiver is going to have 0 yards today. That is what Revis promised. That's what Revis got paid for. And that's what Revis delivered for a long time. He was by far the greatest in the game at what he did. So Tom Brady, while making an argument for Gronkowski, said, talked about Revis' greatness. He goes, Gronk could get open on Revis. Okay, that is, even whenever we had Revis in practice, I put Gronk out there. Gronk could get open on Revis. Nobody else could get open on Revis. Rob Gronkowski, because how big he is, because how fast he is, because how he knows leverage, could get open on Darrelle Revis. Well, Darrelle Revis saw that, and he responded. And Darrelle Revis just says, it's a damn lie, Tom. Okay, and I love that Darrelle Revis will always have this mentality. You have to at the corner position. You have to be like, no, everybody can get locked down. Anybody can get it. And I love that Tom Brady said, Gronk in practice is getting open on this guy. And Revis goes, I don't even care if the reps don't count. No motherfucker was getting open on me. That's the type of competitive spirit that you need, especially at that position. And on that note, Xavier Howard of the Indianapolis Colts has announced his retirement here before we go into week 5 of the NFL season. He obviously has had a great career. Xavier Howard, obviously incredible name in the football world. Whenever he came to Indianapolis, we were excited to see what we had with Xavier Howard. First couple weeks have not been great, obviously, for him. That is a hard position to potentially not be at your absolute best, because who you're going against is they're getting younger and faster. So when you're out there, when you're exposed out there, there's a chance that bad things can happen to you and to the team. I don't know how it all came about. The way it read, because Lou Anarumo had a quote like on Tuesday about Xavier Howard, like, we'll talk about that, we'll figure that out. And then that quote didn't really make its way around until like yesterday. And then like an hour later, Xavier Howard's retirement was announced. It was like, ooh, this feels like there was maybe a situation that happened. So I reached out to Source
Sis
in the building, and they don't know the timing of the conversation or everything, but this was definitely Xavier Howard being like, hey, fun run. This has been a good one. That's not a position. We saw Vontae Davis, rest in peace, a friend of mine, former teammate of mine, middle of a game say, no, I'm not doing that. I am not getting out, because I think you can know.
What'd it sound like?
I think you can do, hey, it's a young man game. Rest in peace, Devontae. Obviously, legendary retirement there. But that is a real thing. Whenever you're out there, and obviously I've never been anywhere near athletic enough to go out there, and we do have great whites that have played that position.
Without a doubt.
And are certainly currently playing that position. But boy, if you are outmatched, it is not a fun thing. Any play, because any play you can get it. And everybody in the stadium is going to know. That's why the confidence, the athleticism, everything. That's why that Revis shit is just outrageous for what he was able to do. And then there's guys that have played like 20-some years at corner. It's like
crazy, outrageous
right there, the athleticism that you have to have for that. Xavier Howard retires, but I think this is like a good, I don't want to say metaphor, but example of like the NFL is every generation's all-star game. So like you can be, and then another class comes in and all of a sudden it just goes like that. That's why the people that are great for a long time we have to respect, because the amount of work, God-given athletic ability, but also like attention to detail that it takes to stay on top of the game is crazy. So thank you, X, for coming to Indy. Sorry it didn't work out as well, and have an incredible retirement, brother. I hope you enjoy all of it.
Yeah, and respectfully, I think a lot of people who play Puka Nacua are going to retire the week after. I don't think that's exclusive to Xavier Howard, but with the Revis thing, that year you talked about him being a mercenary. It was that. The Patriots won the Super Bowl the year Revis was there strictly because, hey, half the field is completely gone, and then the other side they had Brandon Browner, who was also unbelievable. But it is cool just hearing from the Rushmore, about Revis and about those like greats in the game when Tom and Peyton were playing, and just them talking about them, and like those stories are so awesome. I do hope Puka doesn't, go too hard tonight, because if he does, then does San Francisco even have a defense tomorrow? Do they all retire? I think we have to ask that question.
The retirement causer. Boom. There might become a list like Randy Orton was a legend killer.
Right.
There for a long time. And he was saying, on that note, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes going to be here.
What? Whoa. That's
140 live in studio. He actually pulled up. He's right outside.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. I can't believe he's going to be here.
He's outside. Whoa! That makes sense. He's out there. Yeah, you got to do that whenever he's around. No pyro the other night.
What was that all?
Messed
Yeah,
up.
no pyro the other night.
Can't have that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to show it. Certainly do not have to show it. But he has a crown jewel in Perth, Australia, next weekend, Saturday, October 11th, 8 a.m. start time. Obviously, Australia. It's that thing is the complete opposite side of the world. Beautiful place. I've never been to Perth. Australia is a beautiful place. It is very far, though, and they're going to fly a long way to see who's got it, who's done.
That's right.
Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. And before we get there, tomorrow night in Cincinnati, SmackDown, Cody Rhodes is in tag team action against The Vision, obviously, which Seth Rollins created.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they're throwing everything at Cody Rhodes, and he'll chit-chat with us beforehand. He's teaming up with... Obviously, I think he's with Randy. I don't want to say it wrong.
The Viper, I believe.
I think he is with Randy. Yeah, okay. Is he?
I think so.
Do we know that?
That
Bone
was
did mention that earlier.
Okay. So Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton are on the team together.
Okay.
Must watch.
How are they going to lose?
Taking on the Vision?
Come on.
They can't.
Vision's pretty crafty now.
They are.
That tsunami.
Crafty.
The Vision name, too. The Vision.
Yeah.
Because it's like the future.
Kind of sick.
And who's got it? Who's got the Vision? Is it this guy? Is it this guy?
Well, I think it's Paul and Seth got it.
Yeah, they have.
And then Braun Breaker is.
He's
and
the-
Bronson Reed is.
They're their Vision.
Bingo.
Their
Paul's
eyes. Their eyes have sight.
Yeah.
But their vision is Braun Breaker. and Bronson Reed.
Hell yeah.
There it is.
That's the vision. And Paul Heyman's got good eyes.
He does.
Always has.
Good eyes. Good tongue. Good mic.
Sure.
Yep.
Great tongue.
Great.
We've seen.
Maybe some of the most silver tongue of all time.
Yeah, you can say that.
Let's talk about Shador Sanders. Okay.
Ooh.
Do we have to?
I know. Do we?
Well, should we
Because
just-
it's bad.
Should we just do the whole thing like he did?
if we're going to be honest about it, holy shit, are you kidding me?
Content creator, good.
Sure.
Okay, if he's a content creator,
Sure.
Yeah.
it is good.
Yeah.
Okay, like that was a hilarious response. Once again, this is just like, this kind of goes back to the Anthony Richardson conversation that kind of happened a year ago. It's like when you're a quarterback, it's just a different animal. Like being a quarterback is just a different thing. You're the CEO of a company. You're the face of a multi-billion-dollar operation. Like that's what a quarterback is. Me, punter, could get away with being a dumbass in certain things. Don't have the spotlight on me all the time. Shador, third-string quarterback, fifth-round pick, obviously has a massive spotlight on him because of who he is, the success he's had, how many people follow and like him, and also, you know, the family he comes from is a very important piece of the entire puzzle because that particular family, the dad happens to be one of the greatest athletes to ever exist. Not just one of the greatest football players, just athletes of all time, motivators, businessmen, musicians, we'll even say.
Sure.
I mean, you name it, good at everything. So family is going to be followed. Him being a part of that, obviously going to be talked about. So him responding to Rex Ryan saying, I don't need to hear you talk. I don't need to hear your mouth. I don't need to hear you talk. I don't need to hear another word from a third-string quarterback, which is not just Rex Ryan's thoughts. That is pretty much anybody that's in the NFL's thoughts. Because it's hard enough to win a game already. This happened with Tebow. Okay, the Tebow effect, Tebow mania. Hey, we don't need added distractions because of a backup quarterback or a third quarterback. Life's already hard enough in the NFL to get a win. We don't need to be bringing more bullshit to our locker room, which is probably why you didn't see Shador get drafted until the 5th round. Now, allegedly, there was Ravens and who knows how many other teams that wanted to draft Shador, and they said no, declined, which once again is a whole nother conversation that's happening around NFL buildings about these people are declining opportunities to get in the NFL. Like, what are they? Like, you have those people that just live in NFL buildings. So him miming his answer about Dylan Gabriel becoming starter and him still being a third-string quarterback, hilarious response to somebody that's talking shit about you or to you, especially whenever they say, I don't want to hear you.
Sure.
Like, that is a
Pretty clever.
that is a hilarious response. Like, I would like to say, on the record, hysterical response. And people have said, hey, I don't want to hear the punter before, and I wish I would have thought of this idea. I would like to say that I wish that was the case. But much like everybody else has kind of reiterated, this is like a content creator type thing as opposed to maybe an NFL quarterback. Now, all he needs is one team to want him. Okay? So who cares if you piss off a bunch of decision makers with this? Who cares if you legitimize all the worries about you being a distraction or something, not taking it serious, or do you want the best for the team? All that. There's people that are going to be able to spin that in NFL buildings that this is not good for us to have in our building. But once again, all he needs is one team to be like, Pretty clever, actually. I like the way he's talking shit back. I like how he's maintained his moxie throughout this entire process. I don't think Dylan Gabriel, even though people are taking his quote and saying he's taking a shot at him, it's like, feels like Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, even when Kenny Pickett was there was never like beef towards Shedeur Sanders. And Shedeur was doing a lot of community stuff before, and it was never like beef towards Shedeur. It is heightened awareness, heightened clout because of who he is. So he knows, he has to know that and understand that. Everybody's gonna talk about it, but like, there's definitely people in the NFL that are like, exactly. That is exactly what we thought. But you don't really hear Dylan saying like, Kevin, you don't really hear anybody that's actually in there being like, this guy is a nuisance or a pest or drama or controversy or anything like that. But there is a lot of shit that gets out that you just think to yourself, well, that's not a desirable thing that we would want to see from a third-string quarterback for our team. That is kind of what people think. But it's like Shedeur's going to get covered in a different way. How many times does ESPN Cleveland radio have an iPhone on the third-string quarterback?
Right.
Okay, so it's like never, normally. I was the third-string quarterback for the Colts for a couple times, and I wasn't asked questions ever. So it's a gift and a curse. Everybody knows what's coming with the Sanders family and what it is and how it's going to be. Just like with Tebow, just like all these people that get labeled potentially a distraction. There's going to be people that hate it, and every move that happens legitimizes that hate. And then all you really need, though, is just one person, one decision maker to be like, I don't mind it. We can handle it. If it gets in our building, he'll be good. We'll see if that ever happens.
Well, probably kind of hard, too, for Shedeur, just because him and Gabriel came out at the same time. They played college at the same time. And, like, it's probably easy for Shedeur to look at his stats in college and, you know, Gabriel's stats in college, whatever, and maybe think he's better. It just doesn't make any sense for him to kind of come out and do that whole thing. It just creates drama immediately. And you mentioned Tebow. Like, Tebow is the only comparison. And if you were to go back and, you know, listen to Tebow or watch his stuff, he's not doing that shit. And then Tebow eventually, you know, I forget if he was the starter immediately or eventually got an opportunity, but he wasn't doing any like bullshit to make some sort of storyline. Like, this is not a story if Shedeur just answers the questions honestly, or unless he answers them honestly and is like, yeah, I'm way better than this fucking guy, which he might, excuse me, but like, I'm not
gonna
sure.
talk. Why? Because if I say something, it's not gonna be. And also, I don't want to hear me. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to say what I gotta say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What if Shedeur thinks this is the greatest out? I don't know what you want me to do. I was told you don't want to hear me, but I can't give my actual answer. So you want me to do coach speak?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's
is
what quarterbacks do.
That is what NFL rooms want. Now, fans, his followers, his supporters, sports media, obviously, we've all talked about it.
Yeah.
Everybody has hit it. We love that this is happening, but I don't know if it's necessarily the right move for an NFL career, if that is what you're looking for. But we don't know with Shedeur. Once again, all you need is one team to be like, that's fucking hilarious. We wish we would have done that to Rex Ryan, actually.
I don't know if you had any guys like teammates like this when you were playing, but like, is there a point?
You okay?
Swallow a bug.
You get choked up?
Hey, I hear you, man.
Swallow a bug.
Saw Yankees tonight.
I mean, swallow a bug. I'm sorry, but because like
he got emotional last night.
I did.
I FaceTime with him last night. It was much better FaceTime than the ones that I have been having with him.
Yeah.
40-40 tie. Iowa just lost.
Sure.
Yankees lost in the Stars. It was a bit
It was a little more pleasant. But like you mentioned, like we haven't heard anything about the other quarterbacks in the room or Stefanski being like, "Hey, we're sick and tired of this guy." But at what point would like maybe a vet go up to him and be like, "Hey, you got to stop doing this shit. Like, just shut up. Every time you say something, it is becoming a distraction." Like, how much of that is actually leaking into the building, you think?
I don't know. I don't think nobody said anything about him in the team, which I think is the only thing that matters. For us, it's all fodder. As soon as the locker room starts talking, then we'll start taking it serious. And then there was people that were saying Dylan Gabriel. I think these are Shedeur Sanders fans saying that Dylan Gabriel took a shot at Shedeur Sanders. Listen to the entire. This is 51 seconds, and then he says like a very cliche almost answer about how people in professional sports have described getting their first start.
I think it's funny because, I got a text from a good buddy of mine, and he sent me a picture of a fire station, and like, it's kind of like, why are you sending that, But when he sends it, he just lists the obvious, right? Like, doors are open, garage doors are open, like, things are ready to go, and like, they're just waiting on that phone call to like respond surgically. And like, just what a great representation of like the job I had and being ready for that moment. And I think, I smile because it's like a moment you prep for and you are extremely excited for, but also got to realize that it's extreme focus. And that's what I've continued to harp on. But
hell yeah,
you wait for the perfect time, you're going to wait a whole lifetime. So for me, I'm just I've always been ready.
Well, Shador has a song called Perfect Timing. This is shot at Shador. It's like nobody's ever said, like, hey, no perfect time's coming, or if you wait for a perfect time, it's never going to show up. It's like, I think he handled that amazing.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel has handled this entire thing perfectly as well.
It hasn't been easy.
Because he's third-round draft pick, first quarterback drafted to the Cleveland Browns. He probably thinks, I'm about to have a great NFL career.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to have an incredible NFL career, as he should be thinking like that, especially after how he played at Oregon everywhere but the Rose Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then at Oklahoma with why he ended up going to Oregon because of how good he was. And all he's done, he said extreme focus and staying locked in. He hasn't said shit. He hasn't done anything. There's been so much loud around him about the guy getting drafted after him. He probably started to worry, actually, about maybe everybody's working against me here. You know, like he probably started feeling like maybe I'm not even getting an opportunity, letting like negativity kind of slip in. And he never let it waver, never wavered, just has continued to go about it. I think he has handled this perfectly, and that was not, the internet loved hearing that was a slight. And I am very quick to be like, oh, that guy's kind of taking a shot at that. I thought that was like almost a cliche answer at the end of the entire thing. And I'll also say, perfect timing, great song. So both ways can kind of be right at this particular
Tell you what,
point.
DG's got a very wise friend. That fire station thing, I like that a lot.
Doors are open.
Okay.
Garage doors are open.
Just wait.
Just waiting for the time. You got to be prepared. And he said, that's all I've really thought about, extreme focus. And if you wait for the perfect time, it's never going to come. And we've talked about that with rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's like, man, if he goes in there now, he's going to play
Like Chud?
this team.
You're right,
He's got to
100%.
play this team. He's got to play this team. It's like, hey,
There's a
that's the
lot
NFL.
Yeah. They're all good.
He's going to have to play really good people. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who is not only the face of College Game Day and maybe college football as a whole now that Coach Corso has retired, but also a man that we get to kick off every NFL week with Thursday night on Prime, alongside Alan Michaels, Kaylee Hartung, Carissa Thompson, Ryan, Fitzpatrick.
Yep.
It is Ryan.
Yep.
God,
Yep.
I'm sorry, Ryan. God, I just call you Fitz. I just call you Fitz. Fitz and Witt, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Tony and Sherm, and obviously the entire cast that has done a great job for 3 years now. I think it's been great as they've kicked down the door of streaming for the NFL and for professional sports leagues as a whole. Ladies and gentlemen, old Blue Eyes and dog handler to Pete. Kirk Herbstreit.
Hey.
What's up? How we doing?
Hey, I'm great. How are you, brother?
Great. Doing
Okay.
great.
Hey.
4th year this year with Amazon Prime.
3 down. Sorry, 3 down?
3 down.
Yep.
3 down?
3 down.
Hey, 2 down, just like the Reds.
Herbie, you idiot!
Oh, my God. That is basically what the Dodgers did. Shohei, he's a player.
Herbie.
Shohei starting pitcher.
I'm gonna do Shador Sanders.
Hey, we were just talking about that a little bit, actually. We were just chit-chatting about how, obviously, because he's Shador Sanders, that's why ESPN Cleveland Radio has a camera on him. And there's obviously going to be heightened attention brought to Shador, has been since he's got there, has been since he's been in college. And anytime he does any of these things, there's either people that are going to say, yup, just like we said. And then all he really needs, though, is just one team to like that and bring him in, and maybe he has a great career. But let's not talk about Shador. Let's talk about Dylan Gabriel here. Now, he gets his first start in London. Obviously, he's taken on the Carson Wentz experience and a B-flow defense that is going to be difficult. But whenever you think about Dylan Gabriel, what do you think about whenever it comes to handling this entire situation? This is a tough situation for a third-round draft pick who's trying to make his career, and then a guy that's drafted 2 rounds after him is obviously the topic of conversation all offseason, all training camp, even when he gets his start, topic of conversation. He has maintained kind of locked-in, laser-like focus. I love the way he has handled it. He obviously has a chance with his arm. What do you expect from him with the Browns, and has he always been this guy that is like the utmost professional, seemingly, here?
Yeah, I'm with you. I go back to anytime you're looking at a young quarterback. I personally look at how many reps he had as a collegiate quarterback. This guy was at UCF for a few years, then he went to Norman, played at Oklahoma, and then obviously finished it in Eugene. And the only reason I bring all that up is this guy's dealt with a lot of different circumstances and different kind of pressures, especially when he stepped up from UCF to Oklahoma. And so I think that really hardens a guy. You know, when you deal with the ups and downs of playing quarterback at some of these high-profile places and you have so many reps, That's why I think Brock Purdy was able so quickly after a 4-year starter at Iowa State to be able to step into the NFL and seed the game pretty quickly. And I think Dillon Gabriel reminds me of that. He reminds me of a guy that had a ton of reps. You put him in that offense with Kevin Stefanski, who understands how to attack and how to be decisive. I would tell you, even though he's young, I have high expectations. Now, he's not your typical 6'3", 6'4" quarterback, but
sure,
because of what I just brought up about how he understands how to attack defense's weakness, I think he'll be put in a position to make quick decisions, and I would not be surprised at all to see him go out and play well in his first game. And what you brought up, I think he understood when Shedeur Sanders got drafted that there was going to be a lot of attention on Shedeur, and that he was in a very unique position of being drafted ahead of him, but not be talked about a lot. And now here he is, even this week, he's the starter. Part of me wonders if he's okay with that. Part of me wonders if he just, let my play do my talking. And, he's going to have a really, as we all know, Minnesota, what they do defensively with the different looks, they'll pressure you, especially young quarterbacks. They'll walk 7 guys up. They'll come, they'll drop. His head's going to be spinning, but I don't know. I got a feeling he'll go out there, and I'm not saying he's going to light it up, but I don't think he's going to be a deficiency. I think he'll play well, and I think he'll play fast because of how he'll be prepped for that defense.
Aaron Rodgers played fast against the Minnesota Vikings defense last week in Ireland. It looked good. Now, obviously, Aaron Rodgers, 20-some years in against NFL defenses. We'll see what Dillon Gabriel, 64 career college starts, brings into the NFL. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. They just did the this weekend. I wanted the Hall of Fame for West Virginia. Not a big deal.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats, bro.
Shout out to Penn
Great speech, one take, unbelievable. Yeah, he had to do his acceptance speech
One take?
on the college game day set in front with the speakers up in front of, 8 or 10,000 Penn State fans, and knocked it out in one take. It was pretty remarkable. And they even sang
Country Roads.
They sang Country Roads. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great. It was nice. I appreciate them helping there. I was told on Wednesday, because there was still a thought on me trying to make it to Morgantown for the entire thing. Timing-wise, wasn't going to work. And then also my family, my wife had an event or two to go to. My dad was, I felt like that should have been a family thing. So it was, fall is crazy for us. Obviously we see, but all of us, fall is pretty crazy. Yeah. So on Wednesday, Matt Wells, remember Wellsy, the assistant athletic director, was like, hey, can you send a video that we can run at least? And I'm like, you got it. I completely forgot about it. I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wellsy, good guy. He sends me a text on Friday. He's like, hey, man, all good. Just wondering if you get the video. Friday, I'm already at Penn State. We don't have a. So am I going to do an iPhone video? I don't think so. So literally, I'm like, I text Matt Garrett the night before. I'm like, hey, can I use the stage tomorrow morning to record something? I think that would be pretty cool. Also, because college game day and college football and everything like that. Yeah, no problem. So I didn't think it through though. I was like, this is literally the only shot that I got to do this thing. Once I get up there, I didn't even realize we got to stop the music. Because there's music. DJ Griff is crushing it out there since 5 a.m. Stop the music completely. Do you want us to play the speakers to the people or not? I'm like, oh, no, I didn't even think about it. I thought I was just going to be able to talk while music's happening. Would not have been possible. So I'm very thankful that they kind of bought into it. And they actually shaped kind of the speech because they started with eat shit pit chants immediately. So as soon as I turned around.
Good improv on that.
Hey, thank you. As soon as I turned around, I was like, hey, I got to do a Hall of Fame speech. And they're like, congratulations. I'm like, thanks. Yeah. It's obviously I can't make it because I'm here. Is there any way you could help? They're going to show it at West Virginia or whatever. And they go, yeah. The crowd's like, yeah. And then as soon as I turn back around, they go, eat shit, pit. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yes, you do know. You do know what we are trying to get accomplished. So I appreciate them doing that. But in the video they ran, I learned a lot about my college career. So they put together a video.
Really
they put together a really nice video. And I'm very thankful. And I learned a lot about my career. It was kind of like, nice, because in that speech I talked about how since I've left, I've only thought about one game, one night, the entire time. How it was the worst night of my life. That's all I've thought about with my West Virginia career. And if I hadn't thought about it, somebody will remind me of it. So that's literally, I went to school there for however long, all-time leading scorer, all that shit. Only thing I think about is the worst night of my life, basically. So then,
kicking, punting, kickoffs, you did it all, man. I didn't realize that myself. I went back and watched the presentation and the way they led to it. I was curious to see how that went, and I was with you. I was watching that video holy shit, this. How many guys do that today? How many guys are punters and kickers and the kickoff. Like, that's very rare, I think.
Yeah, now remember, I retired at 29 staring down my fourth knee. I kind of blew this thing out. I maxed the legs out. But in there, it said I had 51 starts or something like that for West Virginia. And at the time, it was like the most, I forget, like it was like nationally ranked for amount of games and amount of starts and everything. And I'm kicker, so is it even a real start because it's not first play? That's a whole conversation. This dude having 64 starts. Is that what you said?
64 starts with 2,111 pass attempts.
and see, Pat, I think at that position, for obvious reasons, that allows a guy who's a rookie who on the NFL, it moves so fast, which it does. But if you go back and look in the last 10 or 15 years, look at the guys that started for 3 years plus, and look at how they were. Now, chances are, still, it's tough to make it in the NFL for these quarterbacks. But the guys that have the best chance are like anybody. Like you do something more often, you see more coverages, you make more mistakes, you learn from those mistakes. And you got me that time, I'm going to get you the next time. And I really think, I'll tell you, jumping right into the deep end, going up against that Minnesota defense and the scheme. But that's going to be a great game to watch, just to watch Dylan Gabriel go out and see how he can execute.
9:30 a.m. Hopefully it's not a blowout. We're waking up with you over there. And hopefully Greg Olson's back on the call. He was awesome on Sunday morning. We got a good cast right now. It feels like calling games. Some people are getting attacked weekly. But, it feels like the shot clock is on for everybody. Let's talk about the game tonight. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Herbie, I think a lot of us are surprised that the Niners are 8.5-point dogs tonight to the Rams. But from talking to Kyle Shanahan, what have you heard from him on not only the amount of injuries that they're going to be dealing with tonight, but also Mac Jones starting under center again?
Yeah, I mean, think about, take your team, the Packers, and imagine taking down, and I know you guys have had to deal with some injuries, but I don't know if I've ever seen a team that's decimated by injuries more than the 49ers, and not just this year, but the last 4 or 5 years. They've had such a great window here with such talented players, and it just feels like Debo's now in Washington. Some of these guys are getting older as the window is beginning to close. And then this year, it starts off early with Kittle being down. Hopefully he'll be back in a week or so. Now you got Ricky Pearsall, who's kind of become their number one receiver, down. You got Ayuk, who's already been down all year. And then you got Brock Purdy, who was dealing with that turf toe, a different level of turf toe than Joe Burrow. They thought, you guys saw him try to come back last week, re-aggravated it, short week. So they're going to go back to Mac Jones, who was dealing with his own injury himself with a knee, but thankfully he's able to go. He's 2-0, by the way, as a starter this year, and so he'll get the opportunity. But you're talking about Demarcus Robinson, who's a former Ram, who's going to be one of his go-to guys tonight. You're talking about Kendrick Bourne, who Mac Jones played with in New England, and you got backup tight ends. The good news is Christian McCaffrey is there, so I wouldn't be shocked to see him try to carry the offense tonight, not only running the ball, which has been, by the way, kind of an Achilles heel for San Fran. It's a matter of time till Kyle and this offense will get their run game going. Hopefully it starts tonight. But even if they can't, look for Christian involved in the pass game, obviously, to just the more weapons they can get on the field that they know what they can do, the better. Meanwhile, they're going up against a Rams defense. You could argue is playing as well as anybody right now in the whole NFL. I mean, we always think of the Rams, we think of Sean, we think of Stafford, we think of offense. But this defense, post Aaron Donald, the way that Les Snead, their GM, and Sean have gone out through the draft and free agency, their D-line's playing as well as anybody in the league, creating all kinds of problems so they can play zone. That four does all the work. Everybody else has their eyes on the football. So they definitely have their hands full. But like the Dolphins and the Bills a couple weeks ago, you never know, man. Just when it looks like San Fran has no chance, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them somehow rally around that theme of no chance and play well.
Shanahan as an underdog to McVay is 7-2 against the spread.
How about that?
So
How about that?
As an underdog against McVay, now against everybody else, he kind of stinks. When he's an underdog, it's basically like the sports books are on. But against McVay, Shanahan 7-2 against the spread as an underdog. It started at 3 on the 28th of September. Now we're on October 2nd. It's at 8.5 because of all the injuries. You talked there a little bit about one of the weapons on San Francisco that they didn't have last year, but the running back position as a whole is kind of having a little bit of a resurgence here. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Herbie, I'm pretty worried about CMC. He's the leading receiver and leading rusher, and they don't have, I believe, he's second in receiving, first in rushing, and they don't have Pearsall, who's first, and Jennings, who's third. So I'm kind of thinking CMC might get 55 touches and tackled 65 times somehow. What do you think about the running backs in this game? Do you think this is going to be kind of a run the ball because the 49ers are going to be so focused on Puka and Devontae, or how do you see this matching up?
Does that mean take the under? Is that what you're saying?
Under. Also, hold on. There's a stat here. The last 10 times or 9 times that Shanahan's underdog to McVay, the under is hit 7-3, 6-3. 6-3 the under is, as Shanahan is underdog against McVay. Underdog is hit 6-3. 6-3.
You got all kinds of good stuff. It feels like that, Connor. I think a lot of people, the local media in San Fran, are really all over Kyle and the offense about the run game. You know, we always think about you guys as a great running team, and you haven't been able to get it on track. And I've heard some of the players and Kyle talk about, you know, we're very close. It's all 11 guys, you know, whether it's guys that work in a double team or the back finding the right hole or receivers blocking. You know, it's kind of a collective effort when it works, and when it doesn't, same issue. But we all know, even with these injuries at receivers, really a matter of time until you can get Christian McCaffrey on track. Like I said earlier, hopefully, if that happens, the one thing to remember watching this game, the Rams defense in their first 4 weeks, the opponents are averaging third and like 9.4, basically third and 10. Mm-hmm. If that happens tonight, if that trend happens tonight, it's going to be a really tough night to throw the football if you get in those obvious passing situations. The beauty in running, if they can get it going, is you put Mac Jones in more of a play action game and throw on your terms. So that'll be a big thing tonight. But the backs on the other side that you alluded to, Connor, Kyron Williams, very, very underrated back in my thought anyway.
Oh yeah,
just brings a personality and a toughness that seems to kind of resonate and really kind of provide some juice for the entire team. But he doesn't get talked about it much because of obviously Matthew Stafford and Puka and Devontae Adams. But I really think you go back to the Super Bowl in 21, that team, to now, that was more of a shotgun, Odell Beckham, spread people out, let Stafford work. And I think they've evolved to become more of a blow you up, run downhill, under center, physical, and then play action to Puka and those guys with Stafford. So the backs on the other side, and Blake Corum, the young man out of Michigan, is doing a hell of a job along with Kyron Williams. So it's a physical game typically between these two teams, and the Rams, I think, have a lot of confidence in that style.
Yeah, I believe in McVay mightily. Believe in Shanahan too. I have like that kind of natural thing. And then people throw stats in my face all the time.
Kill Shanahan.
All the time. People throw stats about Shanahan all the time. Because when they have bad years, it's real bad.
Yep.
And it brings down all the other
one
shit.
or the other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like, I'm like, I believe in Shanahan. Man, I saw him look real cool at a beach house, throw the football across into a garbage can. I'm like, I like him. I like Shanahan.
I'm with you. Both these guys are as innovative as we have in the NFL. They have been for years. And I think they really love competing against each other and just kind of finding out. And Kyle Shanahan, I don't know. He goes into this game, it's like, oh, everyone's hurt. They have no chance. I don't know, man. I think this is one of those games where he's like, my scheme's pretty good. I got a lot of confidence in what we can do. And yeah, it sucks that we got all of our Pro Bowl players are down, but we still got some guys, you know. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see them rally around, you know, some of that doubt that's kind of, people are already assuming, okay, that's another loss, so they're 4 or whatever it is, 3-2, so move on to the next game. I don't know, man. I think they'll come out and swing.
I believe we lost power here to our lights at the Thunder, and we are back.
We're back.
Okay,
We're back.
shout out to the uninterrupted power source coming in. We got pretty interrupted, but also we are still live.
Still live on YouTube.
Still live, which is great. Kirk, you were sending so much good shit that electricity kind of double-crossed itself and kind of tore it. Hey, you talked our lights out. It was Peter. It was Peter. I love that.
Boy, Pete.
Everybody, Pete.
Chilling.
Pete, you had an article written about you and your dad being a fucking dog handler. This guy's got ads. Did you see his ads?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yo, Peter is the right one, if it means anything. He is. This dude's paws are bigger than your hands.
Yeah.
His paws are bigger than your hands. He is. Hey, good boy. Good boy. Think about people turning on their
They know.
We're just barking at him. We're just barking at him. But I agree with everything you're saying about Shanahan. I literally do. But if you say it too loud in public around the wrong people, they're going to pull out 100 stats.
Sure.
They're going to say Shanahan ain't McVay. I don't want to hear it. So just know that before tonight. Tell Al we said what's up.
He's 10-7 against Sean in lifetime. So.
Okay, it's another good stat. These are all good stats. These are all good stats. Let's talk about some of the other teams around the NFL. Obviously, teams that you have seen. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Herbert, you're on a bit of an NFC West tour. Last week, you had the Cardinals and Seahawks, and the Seahawks kind of had control of a lot of that game last week. And now this week, they have Tampa coming up to Seattle, which is one of the better games this weekend. How do you feel about the Seahawks as a whole and then this weekend? Because tell you what, I watched them play the Steelers too. They look like a good football team.
So I've had a chance to see Green Bay and Washington. I've had a chance to see Buffalo. And then you mentioned last week having a chance to see Seattle. I tell you what, it's going to depend on if Sam Darnold continues to play the way he did last year, the way he's looked so far this year, if they stay healthy, obviously. Of all those teams, Buffalo feels like, they're because of Josh Allen, they're up there. Green Bay feels really good. I could easily see a Buffalo Green Bay Super Bowl. That'd be a fun one if they can stay healthy. Seattle was dangerous, man. What a great matchup. Baker Mayfield and that offense going up against that Seattle defense. What's weird is Seattle wins on the road with Mike McDonald. They can't win at home. It's the craziest thing. Like, you would think the 12, Seattle, no, you can't go in there and win. That's not been the case at all. They've been road warriors. I think they've only lost one on the road since he's been there. But at home, they can't put it together. But I think Seattle's for real. I think this NFC West is depending on San Fran if they can get healthy. But the Rams, I think, can't wait to see them in person tonight in this game, because the way they've looked up to this point, and anytime Stafford's healthy and you've got Sean McVay and Puka and all that offense, but their defense is playing lights out. So NFC is a lot of fun, not just the NFC West, the entire NFC. It's going to be a hell of a run as we move along this season.
Yeah, late year football is going to be electrifying in the NFC West. McDonald has won how many?
9 of his first 10 road games.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good mental toughness.
Man.
Lost one on the road.
That's pretty good mental toughness. And remember last year, the Seattle Seahawks, the 12s you're talking about, we all are big fans of, they gave up their stadium a couple different times.
Oh, yeah.
They had lost faith. Yeah. They lost their stadium twice. Buffalo Bills went in there and stole it, I think, on a Monday Night Football. Bills Mafia went in there and stole it. And the Packers, I think, went in there and stole it. I think the Seattle Seahawks fans did a lot of you're going to have to show us, buddy. You kick Pete Carroll out of town. You kick Geno out of here. You're going to have to figure it out. I think he's the right guy. I think we all.
You better get on that bandwagon fast, because they're going to win a lot of games this year.
Not all Seahawks fans. I would like to make sure that's clear. They're still very much a active Seahawks fan base, but we saw their stadium get stolen twice last year, and that never happens. They're like our representative in the NFL. Hey, what stadium?
At Cincinnati or Nashville, that's a regular occurrence, but not in Seattle. That can't happen.
Whenever, let's say the hooligans over there from Europe go, give us your best atmospheres. We're going college. We're heading to
college. You saw the whiteout. First time in your life.
I was going to say it, but that's strictly 5 days ago in my life. So
Well, that's aside from West Virginia.
And in there,
Bro, the whiteout. People kind of, when you're in the SEC and you say you got to go to the whiteout, Oh, that's no. I'm telling you, the whiteout and that Penn State student section, who I think is the best student section in the country, they drive it. So I think the whiteout is right there, and I think LSU at night when they have a good team playing against a good team, that's obviously right up there. And I think Neyland Stadium. I think we forgot how good of a spot is in Knoxville. Now that Josh has them back up competing and chasing playoffs, that is a really tough environment, intimidating environment. So those are three for me. What about you?
I think I'm on your side there. I think you know more. But in the NFL, it's Seattle is who we're throwing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh, Seattle, Green Bay, New England when they're rolling.
Baltimore.
Philadelphia, like those cities. But the Seattle Seahawks ones are the ones that have always been like our rep. Hey, 30 seconds here before we're hard out. Alabama, Vandy. How cool is this for Vandy to have this moment? And also, Alabama.
Before I flew out here, Pat, I visited with Diego Pavia just for a feature for Game Day this week. And, man, are we allowed to go to Tuscaloosa and pick Vandy? We're not allowed to do that.
I'm telling you, I've been talking to him a little bit, too, in the DMs. And there is no fear.
To him and Clark Lee, I'm like, holy cow. These dudes are for real. Now, Bama's coming off a massive win last week, as we know, in Athens.
Yeah.
So they got a ton of momentum. I feel like their quarterback really grew up, became his team. So I think Bama, obviously, the team to beat. But do not laugh. This is not the old Vandy. These boys are for real, and that quarterback is coming in pissed off at the world.
We'll see him tonight on Prime. You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. That's Kirk Herbstreit. Hour 2 will continue on the other side. We got Big Mike McCarthy and Cody Rhodes in studio. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We'll see you on the other side.
It's been 222 days since we've done this. $250,000. I didn't expect that third one there.
Heard you ran in a CD last night. Is that accurate?
Not falling for it.
Fuck yeah!
I seen him dancing.
Basically naked.
I didn't see that.
Give me my first love. Give me the
Canes, baby.
Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together.
It was great, and I really enjoyed it. I passed this torch. I'm doing a great guy.
Coach, I'm kind of...
John Cena, you can't see me.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah!
My clone's having a, hell of a first.
That's wonderful to hear.
So we'll make it $300,000.
Gonna go on forever.
Forever!
Yeah.
Forever! O-H! Boomer! Texas!
Well, I want to let you. Okay, we're starting early.
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Hold on, we're still live, Coach. We're still live. He was like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
Another one of these makes him wear.
They look amazing.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, Coach Raymond.
Formation's called heavy, of course. I could call it just fat. They act.
Pro Football Hall of Fame nominee, A.J. Hawk. Hall of Famer, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
It'd be news to me that the starting quarterback's been figured out.
Okay, so that has not been announced.
I'll go down and tell our staff right here.
That was pretty profound what you just said right there.
Oh, shit.
It's also a great day to live in the greatest country on earth, the United States of America. Thank you.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you ping! Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Week 5 NFL Kickoff Thursday, October 2nd, 2025, our tour of the program begins now. Football is the greatest. We're so thankful we get a chance to chat about it, but it's not just football on this glorious Week 5 NFL Kickoff Thursday. Baseball is actually showing up for us in a huge way as well. Yesterday we had Schwarbo, who's playing for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's a monster and hilarious. 32 years old. He's going to sign another $7 trillion deal. He's hitting bombs for the rest of his life. I like that he has a great attitude and is funny. Cal Raleigh, the MLB's leading home run hitter, joined us yesterday. And then last night, one of the most electrifying baseball games I've seen in some time between their biggest rivalry, Red Sox and the Yankees, took place. Shout out to baseball happening in a big way for us on these middle of the week days that has been happening. Tonight, though, is Week 5 of the NFL season.
Hell yeah.
The Rams host the Niners. The Niners have a bevy of players on the injured list. It's a Thursday night. It's a quick turnaround. And if your guys miss on Thursday night, they get an entire week and then almost another week. So you got a 2-week kind of rehabilitation recovery that you could potentially get for some players. So we've seen Thursday night opt-outs more often than Sunday opt-outs. With that being said, Brock Purdy misses a game, sandwiched by playing a game poorly. Will he become a guy that we know him to be after this toe injury? Or will Mac Jones thrust himself into the primetime spotlight as an 8.5-point dog on the road and slice and dice a very good Los Angeles Rams defense? So many different storylines can come from tonight's game. We cannot wait to watch the NFC West do battle. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. Yesterday, man, I saw World Series champion hat on. You guys lose last night. You just represent the city with the hat. I like the move, Ty. Don't you, Ty?
Yeah, I love that hat.
Yeah, just like, remember, City of Champions is what he's trying to say.
That's what he's trying to do.
Because the Red Sox yesterday, World Series hat, because he came in here dancing on the Yankees.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Then they lose to the Yankees in a thriller last night. He comes in with just like, hey, don't forget, City's
still sick.
Yeah, it's not just the baseball team that we're worried about. Are you worried about the Red Sox? And are we back to Patriot season because of how last night went, even though there's still another game?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say I'm worried about the Red Sox because I watched the first 4 innings and then forgot the game was on, and then it was the 9th inning all of a sudden.
I actually talked to Connor last night during game. FaceTime. I'm sitting with my wife, okay? I'm not a baseball person. My wife is somehow less of a baseball person than I was before we started getting into baseball this year.
Sure.
And we're captivated. Sox, like we are tuned in. So I call Connor to talk to Connor about like, yo, this is actually pretty sick. Connor goes, well, the game's still on? I'm like, Connor.
Dialed in.
That cannot be how this is. You had some other stuff, obviously. Ideas. We're working. I appreciate you doing that. Last night's game was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it legitimately was. And the Yankees winning a tough one is good for the Yankees? Or do you because there's many moments last night where I thought you guys were out, like the Mets. Like the Mets actually just got a couple-day head start on the offseason over the Yankees as opposed to it. Last night I thought it was over a couple different times. Did you feel that way as well? And then your big stars come through for you? Is that good news for the Yankees if you're a Yankees fan?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we've seen these games for the most part outside of the Dodgers-Red series. Like these games are all close. They all have been because none of the bottom of the roster guys are playing. Like all the Red Sox last night used one of their best guys in the bullpen who didn't pitch the night before. The Yankees used their guys, and like this is what it's all about. You can't win a World Series if like a guy like Judge or for the Red Sox, Trevor Story or Alex Bregman, like you can't win unless those guys perform. It just doesn't really happen. So, yeah, I mean, it's another one of those things where it's weird because typically baseball doesn't come down to one game to decide your season. You have like but this is it, so, and they've kind of both thrown their better guys. So both of the guys who are starting in this game
I hate it. I hate that the Yankees Sox is at 8:08.
Sucks.
Gotta be.
I understand that's how you feel.
We
Daddy's playing. Okay? Daddy is playing
but
its league.
we all have multiple view. It's like you can figure out a way to watch both things at the same
you think
time.
I'm tying in prime? What am I doing?
Well, that's the thing.
Shit, I forgot it's that.
Move it to 6. Why is this thing not on at 6 o'clock?
That's the one thing with Prime that stinks. So, yeah, you might have to put Prime on a smaller TV or watch it on, heaven forbid, you might have to watch it on your cell phone. While you're,
Watch what?
Watch the football game on your cell phone.
Well said. Well said.
Gumpy knows. He knows. Sometimes you got to do it.
Okay.
You got to make more of these opportunities.
Okay, I understand. I appreciate that. But, man,
no,
they started yesterday at 6:08.
And I didn't love that.
You didn't love it?
No.
I loved it. I mean, I
It was the best.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I think it was over 9:30 or something like that.
I know. And honestly, I hadn't thought about that yet. Was like, wow. I'm gonna be going to bed at like 1 tonight, but I would have been anyway because of Thursday night football. So it's not a big. And it's funny you mentioned that because for a second there, I did forget that tonight's game is on Prime. So you can't just do the old the old split view.
They got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
They got to figure that. YouTube TV, okay. Google needs to call Amazon.
Yeah.
From my understanding, they are certainly willing to work together.
Of course.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of them.
We got people who want to watch playoff baseball and football game on the same night.
Come on, for the good of sports. Google it. Part of the Fangs. There's a Fangs group that is all trying to compete with each other in there.
Right.
We need Amazon and Google to put their swords aside on Thursday nights if the Yankees are playing the Red Sox and let us quad box Amazon in. Please.
Exactly.
Let us add one in there so that we can enjoy this thing. Instead, Amazon's going to have us do what they do every single Thursday night, force us to live on their platform and watch these commercials where everything else that we watch, we can just go somewhere else. But instead, I hope they're charging more for their commercials. I've told this to the powers that be at Amazon. Hey, the thing I hate about you guys is I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm stuck during the commercial breaks. We can go look at what else is available. Of course I could do that. Would be nice to be able to just hit the old back arrow button and go right over to the Red Sox and Yankees.
Exactly.
In an elimination game. Can't do that, though. Gotta go out of here. Gotta sign in here. Gotta do the entire thing. So Amazon has us in that case. So they need to be charging more for their commercials because I'm forced to sit through them.
Yeah.
The only commercials I really see.
The Amazon ones.
Forced to.
Yeah. You're
I
right.
think that's where I saw the Ass MCDC commercial, right? Is that where I
Probably.
where I saw that one. I don't really get to see a lot of commercials these days because they're archaic and stupid, and the 30-second ad does not work. You kind of linear people who got it all figured out. One half of the hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone is here. Big one tonight. What's the
Huge
percentage of money here on who?
I was actually shocked. It's only 52% on the Rams. Let me make sure it hasn't changed. No, or 53% now on the Rams at home. Probably because the number's so big. And, I personally think a lot of the general public doesn't find out about these injuries until game time. They turn on the TV and they're like, oh, shit, I bet on the Niners, and they don't have any of their wide receivers tonight. But, yes, right now it's just 53% Rams.
All right, be a friend, tell a friend that's gambling out there that there's injuries happening. Joining us now from Manatee, Ohio, is a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, and now a Hoffnom. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. Dude, that haircut looks so
good. Dude.
Yeah.
Looks so cool. You got good shape on that thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to take a little bit of time. How about you talking about commercials? How about the YouTube TV where it says "Enjoy your Zen" and there's no commercial? You guys ever get that?
Love that. I almost fall asleep.
Love it.
Can't we sell? We can't sell that space, or what are we doing?
Well, I think they're potentially trying to sell that space, but their time might not match up perfectly with whatever the network's time is for commercials. That's like, I think Rich Eisen's the last person I saw had to do it. He had a radio out, a TV out, and like some other out. So do you remember those days whenever shows had to do that? Like we're back.
Wouldn't they be doing? Yeah, oh yeah. As they're going off the camera when they're simulcast, they're reading an ad for the radio show that they're doing.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know how or why YouTube TV has more space. Maybe it's because the local ads don't run on YouTube TV.
Oh.
So those are like the 30-second local ads that maybe don't get sold or don't happen or whatever it is. So that moment of Zen is pretty nice, though, I will say.
It's nice. It is.
It's pretty nice.
It's good.
A company should think about buying ad space and calling it from
Presented by
whoever.
Right.
That'd be a good one.
It would be. Because I love that moment of Zen.
I do too.
I do.
And I immediately just look at my phone. Sweet, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, bingo.
Can you put a countdown on this thing?
Right.
Can you give me a countdown for how long I know somebody's in, and I know it's working for somebody, but for me, it's my daughter's got something going on where I need to do something here. But tonight, big one, AJ. Rams, Niners. Niners very injured. A lot of stats coming out that Shanahan plays McVay very well. Fred's still playing on the defensive side. McCorkle Jones obviously is potentially in the middle of a mid-career resurgence that we have seen a lot of players have as of late. And then Christian McCaffrey still exists. So what are your thoughts on how this game goes? And 8.5 is a lot of points, brother.
Yeah, it's the first thing I thought of. 8.5 is a bunch of points, but then I start thinking of that Rams defense, and I love what their D-line does. I like how they run at all three levels. So I would say right now I might be leaning Rams, but I am not 100% confident in that pick yet. I don't know who I'm going to pick by the end of the program, but I still think the Niners still could possibly keep it close. That's why I'm not fully decided.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a Super Bowl champion, a man who is obviously one of the greatest yinzers of all time, like David Bednar.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Closer for the Yankees. Did you hear this, AJ? This guy.
Yeah, get rid of him. Why wouldn't you get rid of him? Why would the Pirates want him?
They got a haul back from the Yankees, too.
Oh, we always get hauls, brother. We know exactly what to do with hauls.
I'm just kidding. They didn't. It was paying big time. They're like, Jesus Christ, the Yankees just threw them 3 bums from the farm system, and they gave him their all-star closer. What the hell's going on?
Joining us now is a man that would not have made that decision for the city of Pittsburgh. Okay? Guy who most recently was the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Before that, he was the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. I think he spent time at the San Francisco 49ers. And hell, he might have been a barkeep at some place in Pittsburgh while he was growing up. Ladies and gentlemen, our coach, Coach Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
Coach, how's it going?
It's going great. Good afternoon, man.
Did you see that
Good to be back.
Did you see that Yinzer last night?
No, I missed it. I apologize.
No, it's baseball. Not a lot of people see it, but their numbers are up, though, to be clear. Bednar, David Bednar, Yinzer, closer for the Yankees, okay? Yeah. Beginning of this season, he was closer for the Pittsburgh Pirates, made the All-Star game, has Renegade as his walkout music, and, of course, that Pirates owner, coach, says, get this guy the hell out of here. Who's going to pay this guy if he continues to be this good? Now he's wild card winning games for the New York fucking Yankees. And he still comes out to renegade, Coach. He comes out to renegade. And the reason why he said he had to do it, because there was certainly some discussion. Renegade, obviously the Pittsburgh Steelers song in the fourth quarter. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Boom, boom. There was a lot of conversation about, like, you can't take that to New York. What are you doing, buddy? And then he said, all right, I'll get rid of it. And then he laid down at night and he's pillow talking with himself. Every time the song comes on, I think of James Harrison, just take somebody's head off. I have to keep that as my song. This guy is a super yinzer, was on the Pirates. They said, get him the hell out of town. Coach, that's part of the problem, but I think we should respect Yinzer for doing his thing on the biggest stage. Don't you agree?
No, absolutely. I mean, hey, once a yinzer, always a yinzer. You got to love that. No question.
Did you see what the other Yinzer relief pitcher did last night?
No.
Yesterday?
Mm-mm.
Mason Miller.
Ooh.
What do you do?
Threw 104, went 2 scoreless.
Yeah, he pretty good.
Can we just keep?
No, he was never on the Pirates.
Oh, I was gonna say, jeez,
okay.
come on.
All right, let's talk.
He was on the 8th.
This is a Yinzer. Where's he from?
He's from Bethel Park.
Oh, really?
Bednar's from Mars.
Just go part-time.
The owner of the Pirates had no fucking idea this guy existed. Okay, anyways, let's move. Let's talk a little ball here, Coach. Let's talk a little football here. We're heading into week 5 of the season. I think injuries have started to really take over some teams, like the Niners tonight, which we'll definitely dive into at some point. But week 5, obviously it's October now. You talk about Thanksgiving being when it matters. What do coaches know by week 5? Like, what do you think coaches are thinking at this point as we're done with the first quarter of the season and now we're trying to navigate the rest here, Coach?
Well, I think just like anything, you've already touched on injuries. I mean, every year you're going to fight injuries. It's just a matter of how many, when they come. And who, obviously what position. Sometimes you get overloaded. And, if you go right to San Francisco, I mean, to have this many this fast. I mean, that's a difficult challenge without a doubt. But I think when you get out of September football, I mean, in my opinion, I've always felt that September football is a little sloppier. You got the training regimen with the new CBA. You don't really get to, train as much in certain aspects that you really don't find out about your team, until you really get into these regular season games. So, I'm talking more about the fundamentals and so forth, and run defense, running the ball, pad level, footwork, the fits, the communication on defense, all those things kind of together. So I think we're clearly, when you get past those 4 games, you obviously you have tendencies. Rules are more and more defined, a little more clear for your players. You may think that sometimes you get into games where you're heavy 2-minute offense and you're playing more 11 personnel where you wanted to be more 12 and 21. So you got things that are going on in that first 4 weeks. So it is always, I've always felt week 5 and 6 is usually a time where you're looking at hopefully schematically shift some gears and move away, because when I look at schematic football, I would use your baseball analogies here. You always want to establish your fastballs and your curveballs, but then now you start to change ups and things like that. So I think that those things start to come into light when you get out of September and you get into this phase. But injuries, they're always going to be there. And when you have a bunch early, it is challenging, because now your younger players are playing probably a little earlier than you want them to play. We actually got into this a little bit last year in Dallas, and I think, but the benefit is in the long run. But these younger players are getting ready for November, December football, and history will tell you that your young players are going to be playing in some of the biggest games of the year at the end of the season.
When it matters most there, and you have to reestablish what your fastball is whenever you have a new cast of characters, especially at important positions. I mean, that is quarterback being the most important. Like, what is our fastball now with McCorkle Jones at quarterback, let alone everybody else? Then we start getting our curveball. Then we get the sweeper, the splitter, the sinker.
Yep.
Then we start working the junk. You know what I'm saying? Like Dave Bednar does.
Yep.
Yeah, and then another guy from Pittsburgh.
Mason Miller.
Yeah, Mason Miller, this guy. He's got absolute heat. But you're right. Establishing who the hell you are is certainly a benefit. But then whenever you get injuries, it's like, well, who are we now? It's like a never-changing situation. Injuries, 100%, right? Every team. You just got to hope it's not at a key position. Is that what every coach and GM's doing? Like, we know injuries are coming. We just pray to the football gods that it's not at, like, one of our pillar positions. Is that an accurate kind of feel that you guys all have whenever you go into a season?
Well, I think the obvious is, certain positions are affected more by change than others, and that's just the natural part of the game of football. But you really don't want to see anybody have serious injuries, significant injuries where, could affect their, the whole season or a significant amount of time. So that's really I know what I'd always hope for, because it's the fact of the matter. It's a violent game. Players are going to go through the, injury phases. They go through it in their career. So, it's really part of the game. Availability is the most important ability, and that's the fact of the matter. And especially in today's football, with the way things are set up, the best thing that can happen to any football team, especially a young football team, is they get to practice every day together and they line up and play every day together, particularly, through September, because that's how you build that connection and get the momentum. You got to learn how to win sometimes when you're dealing with a younger team, and then you get on a roll. But yeah, the injury part of it, it's there, and it's challenging, especially for these two teams playing tonight. When you have the injuries on a short week, that really manifests itself even more.
Niners go from a 3-point dog to an 8.5-point dog as the injury report continues to roll out. Go ahead, AJ.
Coach, speaking of that, like with injuries, when a team, especially an offense, is ravaged by injuries, has a lot of injuries, maybe have a backup quarterback playing, can you explain what it means when coaches say they're going to dial down the game plan, they're going to shrink the game plan and make it easier, I guess, for, say, a backup quarterback? I'm not saying they need to do that for Mac, but is that something that coaches will – how do you do that? How do you scale back when you have to put somebody else in that doesn't have much experience?
Or Thursday night game plans in general. I think just kind of all of that kind of going into one.
Yeah, I'll start with the Thursday night game plan. I've always put in more in the previous week, and anticipate the carryover that you'd have from, the Sunday game into the Thursday. So, because you still want to have enough volume to be able to have the flexibility throughout the course of the game. So, But yeah, as far as dummy, I mean, really, it depends on who your quarterback is. Frankly, I just think that now we get into the design of the quarterback room. Do you have a true veteran? Quarterback is with experience. Is the profile of the quarterback, the backup quarterback, physically and his attributes are aligned with the starter, which I always preferred. So because you definitely want to make sure you're giving your offensive personnel the opportunity still to be successful and contribute to the team. I think the biggest thing is the complementary football value goes up even higher when you get to your backup quarterback. It's just, the ability for the offense to play to the defense and vice versa and field position and those types of things, just the emphasis on time of possession, really the vitals of any game, taking care of the football, just as far as, I think just like anything in life, you get what you emphasize.
Mac Jones, first love, Shanahan, number 3 overall pick. Let's trade away everything. If he has another incredible game, is this toe injury? We're going to wait. We're going to wait until this toe injury is 100% with Brock Purdy. How much does the coach understand about the potential drama outside of a building with this type of stuff, especially at the quarterback position? Brock Purdy comes back, still injured, doesn't look great last week. Mac Jones 2 weeks ago looked unbelievable. If he was to look great again tonight, that's good for the team. I think having 2 good quarterbacks is obviously a great thing. But do you have to think about the drama? Like, are you reaching out to Brock, letting him know he's our guy? Like, how does that kind of get managed by a head coach, knowing that there's going to be shit outside talking about what you need to not get inside?
Yeah, I think the noise is something you're really working on and managing every single day. It's based on how you interact daily, how you communicate daily. That quarterback room, I'm sure, is very, very close. I've never been in one that isn't. So, yeah, I don't think that drama is something that's really dealt with in the room. If it is, then you probably got to look at the things that have led up to that point in time. It's part of the game. And the fact that, they'll be able to stay right in rhythm with how they want to play conceptually, how they want to play against the Rams, which as we know, the Rams defense is a big challenge. So I wouldn't be thinking about that personally. I wouldn't be thinking about that at all. And I'm sure Brock is helping Mac get ready for the game, and that's the type of quarterback rooms I've always been a part of.
Thinking about that at all is a good thing for a Yinzer to say.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know. I'm going to add that to mine. To mine, I'm going to say thinking about it all is a pretty good little bit of a run there if you drop into some Yinzer. I love that. I feel like I'm learning about myself while talking to you. It's a beautiful thing. Talk about Go ahead.
You're on fire today, brother.
Brother. You're the one that's on fire out there.
I know you get some of that coffee you're drinking. That's for sure.
Brother, every day,
you got me sitting up.
It's coffee.
It's not just the coffee that's smoking over you.
You could go there.
Well, I did try to give you some.
Yeah.
Well documented.
That's right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate the offer. Yeah.
You did. You were very kind. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
No, thank you. It was obviously a good moment in our relationship.
Yeah.
You talk about quarterback rooms being tight, though. Let's talk about that a little bit more because it's on display, I think, in Cleveland. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Coach. Right now, Dylan Gabriel's getting the start for the Browns. Shadur Sanders did an interview, and I'm just now realizing I was supposed to send it to you, and I did not. But Shadur basically doesn't answer the question. He just kind of mimes what he would say to the reporter's question. Yeah, there it is. We don't need audio because there really isn't any. What do you think about this? It's kind of tough just because they're both rookies. They're both in the same class. How can you handle this situation as a coach? And then also, will this help Shadur because now he'll get more reps as the backup versus the starters?
So he's not speaking there?
No, he's miming. He's miming. He's doing like a full-on
Okay.
Good.
Hey.
Very well done.
Great gimmick.
So Rex Ryan.
Yeah,
Rex Ryan. So, Coach, this is where it came from. So Rex Ryan and many others were basically like, I don't want to hear from the third quarterback for the Browns. Basically, like, hey, we don't need to hear that. That is basically what they said. So the next time he had a camera in his face, once again, third-string quarterback, fifth-round draft pick rookie, has cameras in his face because he's Shadur Sanders. They knew that whenever he's coming into the building. He decides not to make any sounds then. Everybody doesn't want to hear from me. Okay, I'm not going to make any sounds. Good content creation. I will say, genius idea, expert level trolling. Yeah. Like phenomenal stuff here. As a coach, though, Stefanski, obviously on the offensive side of the ball as well, we haven't heard really Dylan Gabriel say anything negative, Joe Flacco say anything negative, Kenny Pickett say anything negative. Nobody in the locker room really. It's all just outside noise. But that quarterback room is a sacred place. Dylan Gabriel, I think, has handled it very well, and now he's having an opportunity to obviously play against a B. Flores defense. But how do you manage that type of stuff? The word distraction gets tossed out a lot, and obviously it's a terrible word in the NFL and most professional sports. How do you manage that, especially at the most important position in the most important room of the team?
Well, I mean, just seeing the video there live, I mean, my first reaction is, I mean, don't we have a sense of humor? I mean, I thought it was kind of funny personally.
Yes.
But,
exactly.
You know, but I think really, I know just being fortunate to be a head coach, you know, at the beginning, back in 06, where, you know, really social media kind of, you know, really took off. And AJ will remember this situation. We had a situation where a young rookie took a picture of Josh sitting in a hot tub. And then it hit social media. So that was like the first time that I had to actually be educated on what exactly is social media, Instagram, and then you learn to deal with those things. And so I do think it is a time and place deal. Content is real. I mean, I am very well experienced in content because I just worked at the content enterprise of the world the last 5 years prior to doing this great show with you, Pat. So it's very, you know, it's financially beneficial. And there's definitely some gain in that. So, I mean, I look at it as from personal. But as a head coach, absolutely, you don't want any distractions. And I do agree with Rex. You don't want to hear about the third string quarterback. But I think the really thing is the question is, you know, what are they saying in Cleveland? And you know, I would think that, you know, like going back to what I just said earlier, the quarterback rooms are, you know, offensive line. I mean, some of those rooms are some of the closest rooms that I know that I've been able to witness over the last 30 years in this league. So, and so as long as those guys are okay in the locker room, because the most important room in the organization is the locker room, and I've always believed that. And just as long as those guys are right, because it's all about the football. I mean, we're going to laugh and guys are going to do things. Some guys will do something a little stupider than others that will cross the line, but you know, as long as it's not too far over the line, you pull them back in because you do want everybody to beat themselves. AJ, we used to talk about all the time with you leadership guys. You know, we want the personalities of everybody in our locker room structure, rules, and, you know, how we want to operate within our culture. We want everybody to be themselves because everybody will be the best version of themselves. So, and is that the first time it's ever happened, an interview without any audio? That's probably, you got to give them some kudos.
Multiple questions. Multiple questions.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I personally don't think that stuff's a huge deal, unless it's an issue in the locker room. And I think I think like a lot of things in life, we all probably need to learn how to laugh a little bit more. So that's how it hit me when I first saw the video.
I love that. AJ, he wanted everybody's personalities to show in the locker room. Is that why you always flipped off the coaches after you made plays?
Could be.
Oh, he was flipping the coaches off. I didn't realize that's what that was.
Well, I told the story at the draft when I got called into your office, Coach, in my towel. Yeah, I had to tell you, no, this is an inside. It's a joke where it's going on between, you know, myself and Winston Moss, and linebacker coach at the time. No other coaches. It was a joke. We all laughed about it. But, Coach, the locker room situation, you said the locker room.
I don't know if we all laughed about it. Flip it off. Sounds like a new piece of information's coming through.
Coach Mike wasn't laughing.
Yeah.
Guess what? It happened like
it was funny.
times.
It was
we laughed about it.
Yeah, we did laugh
It
at it.
happened
Still
other
gets
times.
angry
It wasn't
about
caught
it.
on camera by CBS or whoever did it. But, Coach, the locker room you mentioned, I know you made like an active effort to stay out of the locker room and kind of keep the coaches out of the locker room, not always walk through there. Can you explain what that was about and why you did that?
Well, I just think like anything is that, you know, our facility grew there in Green Bay. And, you know, at that time, and, you know, back in 06, I just felt like you guys didn't really have your own space, you know, and, you know, everybody has beliefs about developing group dynamics, connection, and so forth. And, you know, and there's just conversation that amongst players that, you know, hey, I know I'm a cool dude and you guys want to hang out with me all the time, but hey, I don't need to be there. So, I mean, I just felt that, you know, you guys needed your own space. And if you remember back in, because I mean, you were with me from day one, that's when, you know, the access into the locker rooms with the media and everything kind of all went to a different level. So, you know, I was always just very cognizant as, you know, when are these guys going to be able to be guys? You know, just be themselves because, it's a hard way to make a living, but you got to have fun. I mean, the game of football is fun. What we do, working hard, grinding, and get ready each week. I mean, there's a lot of joy and happiness that goes into that process, and that's where the whole belief of that came back in 2006 was, where are these guys going to be able to hang out and laugh and joke, during the breaks and so forth. And it's amazing how it changed. And I don't know if you feel this way. I can remember the times when you did walk through the locker room in the earlier days, guys were, a lot more interaction, talking. And then as time went on in my career there, and it's the same, I'm sure everywhere now, you walk through the locker room and everybody's got their phone on.
No, you got to keep that away. You got to have some. You're saying
they got to have you got it in the locker room.
You're saying everybody has turned into that. This generation has turned into everybody kind of isolated.
Well, yeah, that's. Hey, I mean, it happens at home with my kids. I mean, it happens when they get in the car. So I mean, I just think it's those things change. So I think when you talk about culture, the facility and how you want people to interact and all those. I mean, you think about all those things. We're not only the time and space. Because come 5 o'clock, some guys are going home to family. Some guys, everybody's got something different. I always loved it when you guys would get together, away from home. I mean, and really one of the things I ended up changing the schedule was away games. Was we left as early as we could and moved everything back a little bit because I wanted the players to go to dinner together, on the road, and I thought that was something that was very beneficial to our position groups and things like that. So, that's just the way. I've always thought about it is, how you got to, everybody wants to talk about leadership and culture, but my job is to create those opportunities for those things to happen organically.
That's an incredible way to view it. I obviously never got to play for a team that you coached, but scheduling a little bit earlier so that the boys have time to hang out is wonderful thought. I think that is the key ingredient to winning. I think as a team has to like each other. I think they have to hang out. AJ and I talk about this a lot. The teams that I've been on that have been good, which is a lot of them, have gotten along. Like, hey, you need to have friendships there. So understanding that as a coach, I think, is a beautiful thing, genuinely. And you talk about one of the biggest storylines of the entire NFL season. Not really a lot of chatter from the locker rooms. Mostly from owner and then one player and then media. The biggest game of the century happened down in Jerry World this past weekend. Some will call it the McCarthy Bowl. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, a lot of people were calling it the McCarthy Bowl, and it delivered on all accounts until, we had a tie, and basically you might as well not even play the game, and it was a huge waste of time. That's kind of
You're saying not play the McCarthy Bowl? We shouldn't even play?
Well, yeah, after watching it, I was like, just give both these teams a loss. This is bullshit. We just wasted all this time. This is not fair. But, Coach, what did you think of that game overall? Do you think it lived up to all the hype? Obviously, Jerry was pretty jacked up that Michael didn't just completely destroy the game. And then the ties. You got to have some opinion on this, of how we can maybe eliminate these from the game. Just what are your thoughts on that whole situation in general?
BA.
Yeah, BA.
Explain the BA one, please.
Yeah, so BA, we talked to him, and he basically said, hey, the 10-minute overtime was because of me, because we ran about 100 plays in a Cardinals game. And we wouldn't have been able to practice or play on Thursday if that would have been the case. So I said, hey, listen, we need a 10-minute overtime. But his idea was, hey, both offenses, you get one play from the 8-yard line against the other defense, and then you go in. If you score, obviously, the other team gets the opportunity. If they score, you keep going until one person doesn't score, and then we ultimately have a winner because it's not going to add a bunch of plays for guys, and we should get a result pretty quickly.
Todd, that was a hell of a sermon. I'll try to answer your 6 questions.
Come on, get them.
Yeah, first of all,
it's a McCarthy Bowl down there. That's a big deal. And it ended in the worst possible way.
Come on. It did.
Oh, no, I agree. I agree with that. But the fact that it was a McCarthy Bowl and they didn't invite my ass, that's bullshit. That's the first I heard of that. So, but I thought it was a great game. I really did. I think both teams have a lot of similarities. They're young teams with arrows pointing up. So I was not surprised that it was a close game at all. I know the way it started. In the first half, with everything was leaning towards Green Bay, and but the way the battle back and forth, I thought it was a very entertaining game, and I thought a lot of young guys stepped up, and both teams having some injuries and so forth. So I thought the game had everything you wanted. except the ending. And I do agree with the tie thing. I mean, you definitely want to see a resolution where there is an opportunity to have a winner. I know personally I've had 2 ties as a head coach, and I think really, and AJ will remember this, in 2013 it actually helped us because it came down to the division record and so forth. So we were able to win the NFC North on an 8-7-1 record. Battled through a ton of injuries that year in 13, and then the second time was in 18. We had a game, and actually both the ties were against the Minnesota Vikings, which is actually killing my goddamn my division win percentage, by the way. But we won't get into that. But, so we had two division ties, but in 18, AJ, if you remember the game, it was really no, I'm sorry, but 18, it was early in the year, hot, when crazy number, and going to BA's point. I think we had probably 80 plays on offense or 77 plays on offense. We had a perimeter player that had probably the highest GPS number I've ever seen. And then we go into the following week, and we always adjusted the numbers in practice, reps based off of the GPS numbers and so forth. And we had a situation in practice where this player, me, the assistant coach, and the player weren't on the same page. He practiced too much during the course of the week, and then the following Sunday had a fatigue injury in the game. And I always, that was one of those things about those overtime games and ties. And, Green Bay has the point I'm making is, Green Bay has the bye week this week, but, I'm sure Dallas is being cautious with the guys that have those really high numbers and that's where, BA was saying, because those players are at risk, for fatigue injuries, and the training after an overtime game is very important as you lead into that, not only that following week, but, the week after, as far as, the angulation, the peaks and valleys of how you train going into that game. But yeah, that second tie against the Vikings, on a noon game, hot day at Lambeau, I always felt that carried over, and we lost a dynamic perimeter player for, a good 4 or 6 weeks on a fatigue injury.
Oh, so that is probably another thing that was stated whenever the 10-minute thing was brought up, because it wasn't a 10-minute one. It was nothing, and then it was a full quarter, then it was 10. Now it's like if you score a field goal, you can it's like they've tried to get it right, it feels like. Playoffs.
Yeah, they're trying.
Playoffs, we always say, okay, we're playing until we get a winner. Good. Yeah. That's how it should be, and everybody wants it. And then you hear BA and McCarthy both like, we're trying to get through a fucking season here. So let's not, because hockey will go like 6-7 periods.
Oh, yeah.
Like that thing will just keep going. And then those guys have a game like 2 days later, and it's like, how do they even survive? Football, there has to be an end, especially with the amount of contact and everything. And Jerry Jones brought up the 3-hour window. We need to make sure we stay in a 3-hour window, okay? Because we don't want one game interrupting another game. And what our studies have told us, 3 hours optimal time for a game in there. Obviously, Jerry has that answer. And he also was quoted as saying, they got Michael, we got our guys, and we tied. So let's move along with the questions that you are asking. I don't like that you weren't invited. I don't like that
messed
at all.
up.
Oh, that's okay. No, I think I could have got in if I needed to. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but we should have let you kick off that game, man.
Yeah.
You should have been doing a kickoff.
Coin toss.
Well,
No, I just thought.
I'm talking kickoff.
Actually kick off.
Yeah, actually do a kickoff. For both teams, first kickoff. I think
we could have made some money off Jerry with T-shirts or something.
Exactly. Yeah. We got to think more a little ahead of time.
Yeah, a little McAfee Show on the top there.
Oh, hey. Yeah, we would have been paying Jerry for that one, I think. So I don't know what money's coming or going there. Jerry's seemingly always collecting.
You got the right guy selling it for you.
Yeah, landman. You're right. Got McCarthy going, Dahn. I got a uniform. I want to do the kickoff. I got a toe thing I'm going to hit. It's going to be great. All right, Tone has a question for you about something not named the McCarthy Bowl.
Yeah, Coach, I have a question about the Ravens, who are not off to a good start, especially for their standards. And I saw a tweet from Dan Orlovsky this morning who said they are the 32nd ranked team in rush attempts on first and second down. They are not running the ball on first and second down. When they do, they're running for 6 yards a carry. And last year, Derrick Henry ran for almost 2,000 yards. So my question is, why do you think teams go away from things that are working, especially the run game? It feels like the run game will be working, and they go away from it. And the Ravens specifically, he hasn't rushed for more than 50 yards in the last 3 games. What do you think is going on with the Ravens in general?
Well, I mean, without seeing every game and going strictly through stats, but I do think this. I think you got to really watch statistics in the first 4 weeks. I've always waited to the 5th week to let things, start to feel, because you do get into crazy games. You may have an overtime game that really pushes the stats offensive a lot higher than they probably really are, and no different for your defense. So I think you do go watch that, but I think we all do understand that the Baltimore Ravens, when we get to week 17, 8, they're going to be running football. So I think it's just probably a great reminder who they are, the division that they're in. But I think you have to look at the type of games they've gotten themselves into. When you go up against the Buffalo Bills and you get into shootouts and things like that, sometimes those run attempts aren't what they should be. And I know that personally from a play caller. I've always tried to adhere to the formula of ball distribution. And if you can get the ball distributed 55 times to your perimeter group with rushes plus completions, you're doing your job as a play caller through the quarterback to get that ball distributed. So, I think that's something when you just go and pull that number out of there and say, oh, they're not rushing the ball enough. You got to look at the whole picture. So, without sitting here knowing exactly what type of games they were in, where they're high shootout games, they were behind, all those things play into that. But, Baltimore is at their best when they're running and doing all those things and throughout John's career there. So I think this is just more of it's been 4 weeks, and it's a great reminder, just to get back to who you really are.
He fumbles a couple times, too. They get all upset. You got to punish him. And I know what Kellen Moore's trying to do. He's trying to run score up,
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
come on. Jesus, you don't forget anything.
Yeah, pretty accurate. I won't forget what you say about tonight's game, okay? NFC West here. Now, I know you're not picking games because that's not, obviously.
No,
Don't want to have that type of pressure.
Shouldn't be doing it. No.
Yeah, can't be doing that, of course. Don't even know how it works, but if you were, you'd be doing really well. You'd be doing really well right now if you were to be picking games. Tonight, this thing started as a 3-point spread. It has moved over a matter of a few days to 8.5. That is huge for the NFL, but that's how many injuries have kind of been rolled out. Mac Jones will be starting for the Niners again, taking on Matthew Stafford in a Rams offense that might be historic whenever it's all said and done with receiving. Puka Nacua is leading everything. If he was to stay on track right now, he would beat Calvin Johnson's record for receiving by
175 yards.
175 yards. So he has a lot of room to 175 is obviously a game. So he is ahead of a game at this point. So they can certainly have a little bit of an off game and still be on track to break a record. And then Devontae Adams, the number 2 wide receiver, he's getting to see defenses that he hasn't seen ever, probably because of how good Puka is on the other side. McVay, Stafford, force feeding Puka and Devontae Adams as well. Tutu Atwell obviously had a long touchdown. But other than Puka and Devontae, the pass distribution chart is heading directly to those two. And then obviously the run game has to get going, and Higbee at tight end will get the rock every once in a while. But they're not scared to throw to their stars. How do you see tonight going against a beat-up Niners team at home for the Rams, division rivalry game? 8.5 points feels like a lot. Are you going to go against your normal thoughts there, division game, or how do you kind of see it playing out this evening if you were to be picking the game?
Well, I think number one, I love the NFC West and just how competitive it is. Obviously we had the game last week, and now you got the Rams and the 49ers tonight. So, there's a lot going on there. I do think the Rams are playing really good football. I love the way Sean, matches the run and the play action together in the early downs and the way they're drop back. I think Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Fame quarterback. I've coached a lot of games against him, able to go against the Rams. In training camp practices the last, back 24 and 23. So you get good feel for their personnel. I think this guy, I always look, when I get these division games, I look at the trenches. I think you got 2 D lines that are probably 2 of the best defensive line coaches in the game. So, and I really like what way the Rams are playing up front. You look at all their scores, the production of the offense has been very low. They're doing a great job winning normal down and distance, first and second down. So I think that's going to be big tonight. But you got to respect Kyle and his system, and and McCaffrey. His success. Against the Rams. Or when he doesn't play. I think they're 0-3 when he doesn't play, but he's going to touch the ball a ton tonight. I think that's going to be part of the method to deal with this. I don't like 8 points at all. That's I made this, we said this a couple of weeks ago with division games. I don't know I mean, it's your show. Do we have to give up 8 points here?
8.5, actually, not just 8.
Well, Coach, there's a 7.5 out there.
Oh, no, there's a 7.5.
Oh, there's 7.5?
Yeah, there's a 7.5 somewhere.
Well, I just think 7.5 points in a division game is, man, that's sacrilegious there. Really like the Rams right now. I think they're playing really well. Love what they're doing on offense. I think their defensive front is dynamite. Those 2 edge rushers and their inside pieces. So I like the Rams, but I'm not giving up 8.5.
All right. We got a twofer. We had a twofer here out of McCarthy's brain, and we appreciate that. What's the backdrop there? We didn't get a chance to chat about it.
Door County. That's Horseshoe Island. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful view. Just, AJ got me fired up last week talking about Jerry's boat, so I was able to get a bunch of time on my boat this past weekend, and it's really cool this time of year. I've never really had the opportunity to do much boating in October, so it's just gorgeous up there. The leaves are turning, and just a beautiful part of the country. So I was going to show my boat versus Jerry's, but my boat's so small I couldn't get on the screen.
Smart. Yeah, smart. Yeah. Jerry's boat, double wide screen. You need one of those gamer setups.
Yeah, exactly.
I need that thing to be a couple of times. But Door County, I don't know if it was on air or off air. We actually brought something up that was happening. I actually don't know what's going on. Can you update me what's going on? I've been up in Door County up on the boat. That place has become, I think, dream place for you and your family. I appreciate you representing, and thank you for joining us, Coach. Have an incredible weekend.
Oh, you too, man. Always a pleasure.
Good luck to your pick. You did a twofer here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, Coach.
What did he say earlier? Did I say something with all? Something bring it all.
Oh,
something with.
Yeah,
it was like the most Yinzer thing of all time. Just like, because Yinzer's words all go together. You don't want to really move your mouth and open it, so you just get this kind of a lazy language that is kind of spoke by Pittsburgh. And McCarthy's got it. Has never thought about losing it.
No.
A lot of people that make it from Pittsburgh, they're sent to like coaches. Like, hey, you need to stop speaking like that. We cannot have you. So the Yinzer accent has not really been introduced to a national audience, because anytime somebody gets to a national audience, they tell them, you cannot speak like that. That is not how this goes. So, the fact that McCarthy has gone San Francisco, Green Bay, Dallas.
Yeah, wow.
Dallas.
New Orleans. He was in New Orleans for a minute,
and
he's
just
been everywhere.
Never lost it. And also
he thought he did. He thought he lost it. Remember, he said, I didn't think I thought I lost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, is that how I sound?
I don't sound like that.
That is how you sound. I don't. Maybe like my dad. It's like, no, you are now your dad, buddy.
Yeah.
You are Pittsburgh dad, who happens to be one of the best football coaches of all time. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado.
Yeah.
There's more than one wrestling family. There's obviously more than one storyline, but the one that we loved was when this man finished his story. He was once Stardust, then he had to go away, create a powerhouse, and now who's running the show? This guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah! Woo! Oh, champ! Can't really see. We got our lights stuck.
Way down.
Man,
wow. My hands are so sweaty. I'm sorry.
You doing, champ?
Wait. Boom, fireworks. You see that? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I heard you missed him. Yeah, you played it off. You look cool.
It was cool.
Yeah. There's a microphone. No, need your mic.
I'll say this.
Where was that? What happened?
Well, I'm not sure what happened. I have theories. There is a Ken, the title upside down.
Yeah.
The Miz did that.
No.
And he has one since.
There's a writer who was featured on WWE's hit series on Netflix, Unreal. I call him Baxter. I think it was him who did it. Anyways, though, here's the sad part. When it didn't blow the first time, that's a good sign to not do the punch. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. It's not going to be there. Oh, no. I went for the punch.
Again.
Again, no pyro. And then got up on the buckle to do the big one.
Whole thing, yeah.
And no pyro. And getting up on the buckle with my hamstrings and my butt, which it's getting real big.
Yeah.
You need that full explosion, you know? And yeah, it didn't happen for me. Sad night, but hey, they woed.
Yeah, they
always
won.
Yes.
And AJ even woed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you guys, the version of my song that we have here on the show. Yeah.
Ba-da-bo. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bo. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bo. Ba-da-ba. Ba-da-bo. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bo. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-bo. Whoa! Yeah, that's good.
That is music to my ears, and I sincerely appreciate you guys doing
So,
it.
do you
Thank
know the
We
words,
appreciate you.
obviously? Yeah.
I don't know the words as well as I should. Now, Downstate, we made that song years and years and years ago, and I've used it every single place I've gone. Out the Curtain, Adrenaline in the Soul.
Okay.
I actually don't think I do know the words all the way. I know this, though, is sometimes it lingers a little. And you're just waiting to do this.
Yeah.
You're already in the spot.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of sit there and you'll see a couple, hey, buddy. Hey, man. Just give it a second. Here we go. Yeah. So it's a great song. Thank you, guys.
Born and raised in the biz, which is why I think you're here today. Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that you came here to the Thunderdome to do this conversation, I think is very old school, but also incredibly awesome that you feel obligated to do as such whenever you're a champion of the WWE. Tomorrow night, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
You're tag teaming with Randy Orton. Is that what I read?
That's the thing. It's Heritage Bank Arena, which is an arena I love, and it's Randy Orton.
Let's go.
Somebody who was a mentor to me in the game, and no spoiler, Randy is. We don't know how much longer Randy's going to be doing this. I don't want that to creep up on me if we didn't get one more good old-fashioned Mega Powers style tag with the guy who is partially responsible for me ever getting anywhere in WWE. So Randy Orton, Cincinnati, it's a great fit. I was right around the corner. I had to come by.
Yeah, we appreciate you stopping by.
And pulled the bus up.
Yeah, well, we saw
Very
it.
sweet.
Yeah. Cool bus.
Well,
Cool door.
Bone to pick with you on the bus. Your bus was next to me at WrestlePalooza the other day.
Yes, it was it?
I believe it was.
No, it was not my bus. It was another bus.
Well, I would have liked had you come on my bus and said hello. I like when you come by.
I know, but the door was shut.
Post show though, you got to throw down.
I agree.
That's old school too.
I know.
You got to throw down.
And I am a throw downer. I believe.
Yeah, I feel like I want to throw. I want to see how much of a throw downer you are.
Well, we did throw down. We have thrown down. You're talking about you want more.
Yeah. Another. You do a big show like that. We premiere on ESPN. It's throwdown territory.
We need to throw it down.
Yeah.
You still doing the vodka? Yeah.
Wheatley vodka.
Yeah.
That's right. Wheatley American vodka.
Okay.
I'll
stay away from
I
it.
like Wheatley American vodka, but Sazerac, parent company, that's all Buffalo Trace, Pappy, all the deep, good, the good bourbon stuff, and we're in the heart of it right here, you know.
Yeah. Yes, we certainly are. I'll tell you what, Pappy had a good run there. Very expensive.
Mr. Winkle?
Yeah, you're talking about Pappy. You're talking about we have 30-some bottles here. We're going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, Jack Daniels will be all that I will need, but your bus has always been very hospitable. You have been very hospitable to me in the business. You've been around the business a long time. Right now, bigger heights. You're going to Perth, Australia next week, and that's just like status quo. Yep, going to Perth, Australia. Going to sell out a stadium probably. Me and Seth Rollins are going to battle for the most precious prize in the game. State of the business right now. If you were just to be give a kind of an entire address of where we are right now, what would you say? How would you describe it to somebody that maybe doesn't watch wrestling on a regular basis?
Well, with ESPN and where the industry is at, pro wrestling in general, only onwards and upwards, which is new because you have these peaks and valleys throughout wrestling history. I've always loved it. But look at the Attitude Era. If you really look back at it, it's actually a shorter time than we remember. The golden age of the 1980s, Macho and all that. It's a shorter time than we remember. We've been cruising now 4 or 5 years. Dallas Mania, even the year prior to that, it's been onwards, upwards. A lot of that has to do with Nick Khan coming on board with WWE.
He's a super genius.
Super genius, and that's a wrestling term in a way, super genius. And so much of it has to do with it has the best roster. WWE's roster is, you got Seth Rollins. The fact that we get to go do that and get to do it in Western Australia, in Perth, world champion, WWE champion, It's a beautiful thing. So as long as this roster stays healthy, stays happy, stays cooking, it's onwards and upwards. And I think the heights for sports entertainment and pro wrestling, we've never seen anything like this before. So this is just, as a kid who loved it, always thought it was cool.
Yeah.
The fact that other people think it's cool now too makes my day.
Yeah, every show seemingly has somebody that is notable from somewhere that's a massive fan. And a lot of people were fans whenever they were growing up. I think every kid at some point has a run with professional wrestling. A lot of people coming back as they've gotten older. And I think that's because of the access. We got Netflix deal. We got ESPN deal. Obviously, we're still running on cable and linear television.
Oh, yeah.
YouTube channel for WWE is like the biggest in sports. It's
Libraries over there on Peacock.
Everything
there.
is just kind of cooking right now. You guys should be incredibly proud of the work that you're doing. Yourself, very much.
Why are you acting like you're not part of this? You're a huge part of this.
On that note,
you can give it this a reverse rub you've been getting. we love Pat.
Yeah.
We love Pat.
Yeah. I've been lucky to be a part of your guys' world, to be clear. And I do think there is a chance that the WWE ESPN deal, I did have potentially a little bit of sway in that time.
Yeah.
But on that note,
neither here nor there.
I think you guys have earned it all for good reason. And watching you guys work up close and personal for how long and what I get to do, it is unbelievable what you guys are able to accomplish on a regular basis, and your work ethic is outstanding. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, I just want to say first and foremost, not that I ever thought you lost the juice, but you coming out at the home run derby in Atlanta, me and Pat were down there with some of the players, and the pop that you got was louder than any of the players that night. I mean, I know you're a Georgia boy, so, but I needed
not just the fans. The team.
Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah. Eugenio Suarez was going crazy. His son was like, Dad, I need a picture with this guy. Come
They
on.
were speaking Spanish, and then all I heard was Cote de Rose.
Yeah, exactly.
Legit.
So that was really sweet.
But you thought I had lost the juice previous to walking out?
No, I said you didn't.
You
but
were worried.
I'm just saying, like, baseball fans.
Cemented it.
I don't immediately think, like, oh, everyone in here is watching Raw on Monday. I don't think
It's
that.
crazy. Wrestling fans are everywhere.
They
now.
are. They are.
I always come with the idea that maybe they're not going to be. Maybe it's an opportunity to show them, hey, the wrestler guy, he's cool. He's one, or that maybe that's why I'm wearing the suit. It's a different outlook on a wrestler. But in Georgia, I mean, that's stomping grounds, home run derby. It was a fun night, yeah.
But that was really sweet.
As we have a hard out 30 seconds, we'll
30
continue
seconds.
on digital. No, we'll continue on digital. Ladies and gentlemen, he and Randy Orton are battling tomorrow night against the Vision, the future of the industry. Braun Breaker and Brunson, just a week before he has to battle in Perth, Australia for the crown jewel against Seth freaking Rollins. That's Cody Rhodes, AJ Hawks here. Week 5 of the NFL season kicks off tomorrow. We'll be reacting to it tomorrow. Goodbye. Okay, now we're on digital. We just went off of TV.
Wow.
Now we stay on digital. He has a question for you, and watching that thing down in Atlanta for you was so cool. We were a little boozed up.
A little bit.
We were a little boozed up. We're obviously a little bit.
What does a little boozed up look like for you? This is I feel like
I think I had 3 Jack and Diets. He had maybe 7.
Yeah.
7, eh?
Give or take.
All right.
Yeah, 10.
Dogs got a hunt,
Ty was on the
Dogs do have to
just starting to catch up.
Ty was on the All-Star team. They gave him a full uni.
I was.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, had the eye black on and everything. I was ready to get.
Did you get out there on the field at all? Did anybody figure it out?
Yeah, well, we introduced everybody.
enough.
There you go.
So yeah,
There you go.
it was pretty sweet. But you talk about the WWE and wrestling getting as big as it is. You're about to be Colonel Guile in the
so
Street
sick.
Fighter movie.
Oh my!
When you look at that, how much of like your wrestling background comes into acting? Because obviously, like I think you're a pretty good representation of yourself in the ring. But like, how much of what you're doing in the ring could you pull from on set acting and be like, wow, this actually maybe isn't as hard as I thought because I kind of do this every single week.
The physicality part of Guile I felt like a pretty easy pickup, and a bit of a spoiler for what's going to be, I hope, a monster movie. Guile does a few things in terms of in the video games. You know, Guile's going to do a sonic boom. You know, Guile's going to do the flash kick. I was adamant that anything that's a stunt, I want to do it. If that requires me being on these wires, I want to do it. If you put another guy over here in the corner who I know is going to do the shot after, I still want a shot at it. I want to, and his name's JV, his stunt squad, who's putting together these fights because it's Street Fighter. You need fights. It's a fighting tournament. Unbelievable. Very easy for me to jump right into it, and he had a great team around me to let me get one go at a couple things that I hope I get to see in the movie. That movie, if you ever played the game, particularly Street Fighter 2, what Katao Sakurai has done as the director is unbelievable. It's just fan service. I mean, if you just saw us all walking around the lot in Australia, you've got Dhalsim, you've got Ken, you got Ryu, you got Chun-Li, the real, I don't want to say the real final boss, but in that game, you know, you got You
said it.
I did.
Yeah, we all thought it when you said it too.
Just a really wonderful cast, and I think one thing they did that was awesome on this movie is Noah, Kalina, and Koji, who are the three leads. Unbelievably good actors who are taking it so dead serious and are there to work every day. So then you've got me and 50 Cent and Andrew Schultz and Roman, and we were able to play. They let us have a lot of fun, and I hope people enjoy how I approach Guile, because it's different perhaps than straight military man, I suppose.
What part of Australia were you guys in?
We did all the filming in Sydney. I was in Darling Harbour.
Okay, so I was in Brisbane at the same
I
exact
know.
time. You guys were all up there. I thought we'll just drive over and meet these guys.
Nope.
That is a huge continent. Literally, in my head, I didn't do a lot of research into where I was headed. I just knew I had a 16-hour flight in a tube with no Wi-Fi.
Oh.
So I knew that was problematic.
Did you go Perth at all? Did you get over there?
No, I just went strictly to Brisbane.
That's a big shock when people go, is they think, oh, it's exactly, I can just drive on over there. And then they get on a 5+ hour flight from Sydney to Perth and realize, oh, this is a giant continent.
Yeah, because you just rattled off a bunch of people's names, and they had heard I was going to Australia. So I got texts from people. They're like, "Are you in Australia right now?" I'm like, "Yes." They're like, "We're filming in what city again?"
We were in Sydney.
Yeah, Sydney. We're in Sydney or whatever. Are you going to be here? And I'm like, "Can definitely make that." I mean, the amount of people that are there. Yes, I can come say what's up. And then turns out it was not that easy just to hop over there. Filming was cool though. How many movies you been a part of?
I did a cameo in Naked Gun, which was a blast because it's Liam Neeson. It's a Jedi. Get to have that moment.
Oh, nice.
This is the first real movie I've been part of.
Cool, man.
In a sense of being there every day, showing up, stunt training. Next piece, the hair on Guile is quite a sight. And just moving through the day, they kept us really busy. And Sydney was so incredible. And I haven't been in a place and stayed still like that pretty much in my whole career, other than my own home. For Crown Jewel, I put the Aussie flag on the back of the jacket. I had to, yeah.
I love the country as well, man.
God, they were just if I had to be one place for that amount of time, away from the girls, away from the family, to do this, it was a really special place.
Food's so good.
Yeah.
Everybody jacked.
Big steak culture over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. Eggs in the morning. I didn't like the seatbelt in the back seat. I didn't love that.
Oh, well, you can't get in a car. It won't be moving unless you buckled in.
Yeah, I didn't love that. Didn't love that. Could certainly find cocaine from seemingly anybody. Marijuana was not very prevalent anywhere. I was looking for tree, could not find it on a very easily case. But everything other than that, clean.
I did not have the same drug experience.
Well, that's why you're champ, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you're champ.
I mean, if that's going around out there, all right.
No, but I'm not.
All right.
See, but everybody thinks I am a winter storm guy because of my energy. I am not. It's complete opposite. I'm like, have tried it. That is the worst. I wake up in the morning just like, you're the worst human on earth.
What have I done?
Don't need to do that as an adult. I have to go the other way. I'm looking for the trees on a very regular basis. Don't want to travel in there because I've seen Locked
You're
Up
looking
Abroad.
for the mellow, the warm jets.
Yeah, well,
Right.
I just want to see kind of go. Indiana obviously would never do that here.
Can't.
We'll never do that. Just CBD here.
Yeah. Sure.
But in Australia, I'm there for a long time. That was the longest time I have gone outside of Indiana.
Sure.
Obviously, when I live here in Indiana. Maybe since I'm 21 years old. I had that 27-month period where I was in trouble by the NFL. I was in the substance abuse program. But other than that, no smoke to be found anywhere. That was interesting. But yeah, I guess the upper was certainly readily available. They're all jacked. Food was incredible. Everybody had a great personality. For me, we're in Brisbane. Sidewalks were like marble at some of the places I was walking around.
Such a clean spot.
Oh, my God.
Such a clean spot.
It was awesome. Australia was awesome.
Do you think they really like Americans? Because I felt like they were incredibly kind, but I also thought
deep down
maybe this is like an overcompensation.
Talking a bunch of shit about you, right? As soon as
Well,
you
also
leave.
too with the tattoo, I thought like maybe they don't love me as much as they're really nice. But I walked away. That was a second home for me. Loved it.
You came in and said, I'm the American nightmare. And they said, every American's a nightmare.
You know how the climate is now. It's I don't ever want to be the one to pull it up a little bit.
USA,
I'm loud and proud about it. Plus, it's Colonel Guile,
exactly.
as you said. You're going into this USA all the way. But
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of Americans are there.
No,
it's far. It's really far.
And also the schedule.
Yeah.
Like this is 8 a.m. start on Saturday for us, right? For the Crown Jewel in Perth.
Oh my! Whoop. It is.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I'll be up with you. I'll be an hour before doing a game day, but I'm gonna wake up with you. Are you late? You don't have to give it away. Don't. You guys will be last, obviously, until it's announced maybe that they're first, depending upon how.
The politics of wrestling.
Dude, yeah, well,
you get it all, huh?
Yeah, well,
Well, I mean, those are the two spots. You want to be first, or you want to be last. I'm pretty. I think Hunter's old school in that the WWE title typically goes last, but also sometimes going last is not a chore, but it can be a journey. If it hasn't been that banger show, or if it's been a bit of a slow burn, then it's all on you to give them the action. It's just that's the challenge of it all. I think you're made a better wrestler by being put in that spot.
But first, you're setting the tone for the entire.
First, you're setting the tone, but also first is low hanging fruit in a good way. That's you can. First is a great spot. First, last. The middle that concerns me.
Well, listen, you used to be in the middle, weren't you, doing cartwheels? Now where are you at?
Bro.
You're the first or last,
Bro.
brother.
I was the most in the middle guy of all time. So I like the other spots.
Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, Cody, since you have that big match coming up next week, tomorrow, will you be like, hey, Mr. Viper, Mr. Orton, maybe you do more of the heavy lifting tonight?
That's very likely if it was anybody but Randy.
Yeah.
Randy, I genuinely think, and we've had a lot of shows where, say Randy wasn't advertised, and then Randy's music hit, and it was the loudest reaction of the night. The people, there's a love he has. Cena's very similar. The equity they've built up. When Randy is in town, it's very, I don't know if I'm saying Mr. Orton, but I'm there for whatever I can do to give him the best match possible, because he's earned it in every such way, and he's naturally going to do that just on his own. But I feel like our locker room, and I hope the NXT guys and all the NIL guys who are coming in, and all the guys Sean and Baldo are training, I hope they realize what a special individual that Randy is, and we won't have him forever. I keep saying that, and the dude might be here another 10 years. He looks like the Quadzilla current mode he's in, but I certainly want to get this tag with him in case it's the last one.
How come Baldo doesn't have one final run?
That's a great question.
He's been around it. He knows everybody.
That's a good. I mean, you hit that music at the Rumble, see where it goes.
Oh, and I hope he's wearing. I hope it is.
Which one you want? You want A-Train or you want the Tensai?
Tensai.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different than most people would want.
We need one more Baldo Tensai run.
Well, I mean, either way, that's always drop him in the water, and I bet the place would lose their mind. And,
Royal Rumble for sure.
Royal Rumble, and then see where it goes.
Former University of Pittsburgh offensive lineman, obviously, and freak show athlete. That guy, I think, not just one night. He needs an entire run.
Yeah.
You're calling for a Baldo entire run.
Cena's last match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should be involved with the Cena stuff now that, oh my God, this is Baldo we're talking about. I'm pumped about this final run.
Yeah, and Baldo, I think he needs promo every week, too. I think he deserves that. I think we get promo for Baldo every single week.
You're really putting a lot of time into this. Huh?
Yeah, I think he should get 20, 30 minutes a week.
Okay.
Put Baldo out there.
Boom.
10-minute match. Obviously, he's going to have to get some of the boots back under him. Okay, he's going to have to do that, but he's down there working with everybody.
Well, he's a big dude. You don't have to do as much.
Oh, couple.
Yeah, big dude, less is more. You don't have to come off your feet all that much.
No.
It's up to you, like the light heavyweight types. You
Baldo
bounce off them,
Baldo was always so good to me, man. I would like to see him just go ahead and get one more. D-Bone probably wants to see Baldo.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Let's get
I think you mentioned D-Bone to me last time, and I think as I was leaving, I was calling him the wrong thing the entire time.
That's good. That's it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you just broke his heart. Yeah, this guy, massive. Bada bang.
Did I screw it up last time, D-Bone? Was I calling you something else?
He doesn't remember. All he
okay,
remembers
good.
that he
All right.
touched
I want to
you.
make sure. I hope I got it right.
Good to see you, Mr. Rhodes.
Good to see you.
Do you have any questions for the American Nightmare, D-Bone, about anything going on in the WWE?
No zipper burn today. I will say I'd be a fake C Nation fan if I didn't say I am pissed off that you have that fucking
Because this
strap.
right here.
Wow.
This right here. This upsets you.
But I will say thank you for bringing out the best in John Cena and
Thank
putting
you.
on one of the greatest matches of his career.
Oh.
Thank you.
That was a very, very uniquely laced compliment, and I thank you. Thank you.
It was a great match.
Oh, what it's MetLife. What a good time. What a good
nailed
time.
it, though.
And I hate saying this, but part of the beauty of how great that match is was the lack of a match that really took place at WrestleMania, in a sense. Sometimes the long game is the game. And that, again, it's like going on last. It's a hard spot occasionally, but the bigger picture, I treat them as they were the same match. And then we just got to use all the bells and whistles.
Oh, you're saying it was like first half, second
Yeah, exactly. It's story, I don't want to quote Mr. Heyman here, but the chapters, the innings, all those things. It's a long game.
Oh, are you seeing the vision right now? Is that what you're doing?
He's got good vision, huh?
Well, we'll see tomorrow.
Who are you picking out of Braun and or Bronson to move forward into the upper stratosphere? Who's it going to be? Oh, the big dog, Big Braun.
Is that even a question?
I mean, what are we even talking about?
So this is okay.
Guy runs 25 miles an hour. Now, tsunami is certainly unstoppable.
And he called you out for he wanted to tsunami you. You know?
Did he?
Yes, this is a thing he's put out there. He wanted to tsunami you.
When did he say this?
I think he's pretty much put everybody on a list. You were on a list. You were on a list.
Dude, in high school, I was on a list too. There's a lot of conversations. That was an eye opener for how bad people can really hate me.
Here's my outlook on Braun Bronson, though. I feel like whoever you pick to be the guy from that group, because this happens to tags all the time, I think you'll be wrong because I have a feeling they're both going to be.
That's why it's the vision, brother.
Yeah, Mr. Heyman does not make bets
he doesn't.
that do not pay off.
No, we're all football guys.
We're
all football guys here, so you know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
We looked up your amateur wrestling record at high school.
The unreal 101-2, and only
so
taken down
good.
4 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, yeah. I was obsessed. You ever seen Vision Quest?
Oh,
You talking
Matthew
about The
Modine.
Not The Vision, but you've seen Vision Quest?
I have, yeah.
What
Great.
a vibe. So that was my life. I was up early. The whole thing, the whole reason I was so obsessed with folk style amateur wrestling is because where I lived, Dusty was kind of Gomez Adams.
Yes.
They all when we go to tournaments and stuff.
All right, for everybody else that doesn't know what you're talking about.
Adam's family.
When he was just looked upon as he had this freak-like job.
Okay, got it.
And then he was always ridiculed for not being a real athlete, which Dusty looked how Dusty looked.
Yeah,
and
but
I made it. So that was everything he did. He could hit a baseball as far as, everything he did, he was a great athlete. But I really wanted people to know when it came to me, the wrestling was as real as it got. It was a weird psychology as a youngster, but it drove me because that run in high school was absurd.
You committed to Penn State, didn't you?
I didn't fully commit. No. That was I was going to Howard Fine Acting Studio. My mom wanted that commitment. My mom, to this day, thinks I've made the wrong career choices. And I love her for that, but
Mama Rhodes.
Yeah, Mama Rhodes is not. I think she wanted that Penn State. Runnels or Rhodes to get into college and do it for sports. Here's the thing about that amateur wrestling record, though. That here's the fraudulent part. That was in high school in the South. Competition's not as stiff as you get in the Midwest. Some spots out in California. I'd go to these Ken Shertel gold medal camps over the summer, and I would get dog walked. I would get murked. Now, I never got pinned. I was good enough, but
Nice.
the Team Georgia was a fun bit for a second, but I remember being at one camp and the guy goes, all right, you're crab walking across the gym. He said, if you're from Pennsylvania, go. 30 kids go. All right, if you're from West Virginia, go. 10 kids go. He named every state, and then he got to Georgia. One kid, just me. I was the only one at these things because it was Vision Quest. I just had to keep that record going. I don't know what it was, but my family loved amateur wrestling. I felt so bad when.
No, you made the right decision.
Thank you.
Let's talk about you being a Georgia boy. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, what about the Georgia Dogs?
Sad.
Yeah, it sucks for you because they might blow. But Alabama's also a good team. Are they going to bounce back here, or what's going on?
It's not like it was 4 or 5 years ago before the big extended playoff where that one loss is it. Like, as far as fan bases, we're not packing it up in Athens and saying it's over. But I didn't think that was going to be the case. I didn't think Alabama had any of the juice. I didn't think that. So that game was just a sad ending. I see Georgia running the table throughout. I do. And then we get into these same discussions at the end with, you got 1-loss teams and then there'll be a 2-loss team and who fits. But I still stand by my Dogs. And I think a great game. That game is always a great game.
Yeah.
But not what I was expecting. But not as bad as it used to be. It used to be SEC. You lose the one game, it's done.
Yeah.
Pack it up. And now you get there's a little bit of a cushion, I guess, there, but not a good day for me. They're gonna fix it though this weekend. Joe Tess is on the call.
Bringing good vibes.
Bringing the good vibes. Yes, the Dogs are gonna be fine.
33 games you guys had won down there in between the hedges. Wow. And you guys lost that. That was the longest home winning streak in the country. Number 2 home winning streak in the country, lost as well. Washington.
Yeah.
So we got a brand new top of the We Must Protect This House. Georgia, is it what's that coming down the track or who's that coming down the track whenever you call the Dogs?
Who's, right?
I don't know.
You did who's.
I did both, actually, because I've heard from some Georgia Bulldog fans that are a little older maybe that say, it's a mean machine. It's a what? And then you talk to
What?
Then you talk to some other folks younger, and they're like, "It's who's. We're people." So they say it's who's. So anytime you hear me do it, it's how I'm starting it is really a decision that's getting made in real time.
Yeah, the way the gears are going. But I think if you just put any in there, it's like when you have like a wrestler that you can't pronounce his name. It's just the speed, and when you hit it, you're good. You know, like
moves. I do that with moves.
Yeah, no. If you just get through it real quick, the who's or what's, and also Athens is ready for you to sing it anyways. They want the excitement. They're not. This is Athens. We shouldn't be that particular about that song.
Athens hated me the most out of everybody when I got
from the switch up. You did?
Yeah. No. They hated me the most when I got on College Game Day. Hated me by far the most.
Would you say they were kind of the old whites you were referring to?
Yes, that is exactly how I refer to that. And then also, they thought I took David Pollock's spot on the show. I got along with David Pollock. David Pollock, unbelievable athlete. David Pollock, very good to me. But Georgia Bulldog fans were like, Yankee clown, greatest dog of all time. Okay, so then they dropped me in there. We took the show down there. There was like 40 people behind us. It's like, never fucking doing this again. Never going to come down here again. But I will say, I think the Georgia Bulldog fans, a couple ladies kicked me out of a restaurant, wanted me kicked out of a restaurant when I was down there in Athens.
Yeah.
I would say they have by far been the worst fan base towards me.
I hate to hear that.
No, that's good. It's because of the reason that they are what they are. But I did pick them, and they did win for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like we had a moment there when I beat Texas.
How's your relationship with Ohio State fans?
Very good because of this guy right here.
Okay.
Because AJ is Ohio State fans. I think they would turn on me immediately upon me not picking them.
Yeah.
Like that is college football as a whole.
Yep.
But the Georgia people, it took a long time. I would compliment them. I'd interview Kirby. I'd put over their entire team. Don't want to hear it. Get this guy to fuck off the microphone. Don't want to hear it.
You think it's because you weren't wearing a tie?
I don't even know.
So that was the first thing when you were on College Game Day that I thought bold.
Really?
No tie. And then the bolos are coming out, and the next thing you know, you just brought an energy that.
Do you sleep in a suit though?
Yeah, you've always been a suit
I have recently gone down one time in a suit, that's almost shameful when you wake up and you're still in it. And I rushed. I rushed from Bristol when I went to the ESPN headquarters to meet my daughter and wife at the beach, and I was still in the suit, and I took my shoes off. It's just bizarre. She'll have a lot of questions when she grows up. I mean, it's mainly like I was looking through my other clothes today. We call it if ever I wear my track jacket and stuff on TV, the writers call it cozy roads.
I like that.
Yeah,
cozy roads.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I do love a good suit. I do.
You
look good in them.
I asked about the Ohio State thing because they seem very difficult to get in.
Yeah.
They're difficult to get in as far as that fan base. And I wondered, are Georgia fans the same and we don't know it? In terms of,
I think
are we keeping the gate? And I figured we was just come on in.
There's a lot of cults in college ball, which is why college ball is so good.
Yeah.
Like in the SEC, there's a lot of them, and Nick Saban and a lot of people have told a story about the Southeastern Conference, how there's no professional football. So like the colleges were literally, hey, this is what we have. And then you talk about grandfathers and fathers and everything like that has been passed down the tradition, which is why college football is so great. But I think the Georgia people, just specifically David Pollock, this guy's talking more than David.
Not on my watch.
I don't fucking think so. No. David Pollock had a 44-inch vertical or something like that.
I want Kirby to call and leave a pep talk on my voicemail.
He's the greatest.
The first time I ever heard what he sounded like in the locker room blew my mind.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, these guys are going to war. They're not. This isn't a game. This is war. I love that guy's amazing.
We love Kirby too. And Kirby too has always been very nice to me. I think Kirby's always been very cool to me. The Georgia football team has always been very cool to me. I've always been a big fan of them, and I appreciate the hell out of their fan base. Like, to be honest, it's like I like that you went to bat for Pollock, because I'll tell you what, if somebody comes in and takes my spot, I hope the West Virginia Mountaineer people are like, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope they are like that. I genuinely do.
But you earned them over. That's the greatest thing ever. We're talking about being in the middle of the card, and then you earn them over. That's the gift. You didn't start with the rocket on. You it's slow. Showed them what you could do, and they love you now. You just got to figure out what's or who's.
You made me think of a question, though, talking about Kirby's locker room speeches. And I know there's different locker rooms for different superstars, but like before big main events, or like WrestleMania or whatever, like does anyone get up and talk like in front of the group and like maybe motivate for the night, or is that just not a thing that happens?
I think the last time we had somebody talk to the whole group was Undertaker talking about Netflix Raw.
Gotcha.
And just what that meant. which was really great because some of the younger ones might not see him. They might not realize who The Undertaker was as an actual in-ring performer. And for him to explain how big of a deal this was, that this was happening, that was one where you wanted to run through a brick wall. The other guys who will do it, who are more subtle, it's not a pep talk, it's more of a pull you aside and hit you with something that's like, woo, is, again, Mr. Heyman. He doesn't take me as one of his guys. I usually am fighting his guys. But when he says something, it matters. And Michael Hayes is one that he's just a wild. He'll hit you with something or pull the curtain back and show you all the people and where they are. Just, again, don't want to take any of this for granted. Again, Heritage Bank tomorrow, that's a huge one for me. The fact that you do this with Randy, massive. But those are good pep talk guys. Hunter's good, too. Hunter, now that I think we got a lot of good leaders. A lot of good leaders on the squad for sure.
What about Michael Cole?
Come on,
sure.
Yeah, I mean Michael Cole's
energy is motivating.
Absolutely.
He walks out there, the tie's a little undone during the day. He doesn't care top bottom who you're on the card. Get over here. Tell me. Yeah, I mean, he gets what he needs. He gets his notes. He's the voice of WWE.
My favorite thing about him, he does so much research.
Yeah.
Does so much writing, so much. Like, the guy's attention to detail is absurd. He's always trying to take notes, and you don't know if his hearing aids are on you talking or on a video package that he is listening to throughout the entirety of the day. But he'll get something from somebody that he really likes. He'll get real excited about it. And he's like, oh, I can't wait. And then we get to almost the moment in the match where it's coming, and you see him get, like, pretty excited. And then before it even as it's happening, he can't, fucking better! It's like his love for the business is, like, very apparent. I think that is what makes the WWE so special. All of you guys, and women and men and the people in creative and back. I mean, you talked about Freebird there. He's been on the road for 50 years. This guy's been living arena to arena to arena is what he's been doing. The passion for this business is the business, which Triple H said 1,000 times in Netflix, but it's very real. Like, the business is kind of the thing that if you love it, it'll love you back. And I think you guys have done incredible things with it. The last question's coming from Ohio. Fresh haircut from AJ Hawk.
Yeah, Mr. Rhodes, speaking of leaders, there's a great YouTube channel called Ms. Golf. One of the another WWE superstar runs that channel and plays, I guess it looks like, I think he's just a couple under par golf usually there with partners. Has he asked you to come on the show? I don't know if you play golf or not, but is that something you're aware of? Or would you play with him?
He hasn't asked me to come on because he's trying to get better with every day. If you know Miz is not going to. He went through a guitar playing phase, I think 5 years ago, and he had it. I remember it was on the plane. He had the travel guitar. I don't even know if he remembers it, but Miz only can go 110 at anything. So I think he's trying to get as good as he possibly can to then embarrass people who would come on the channel.
But he never will, though. That he's been going 110 on golf for a while.
So you don't see it coming.
And his score started at 110. And now it's 150. He has somehow gone the opposite direction.
Oh, man.
It is entertaining, though. Shout out to Ms. Golf.
Shout out.
We will watch him do his thing.
Is Miz's short game good on Ms. Golf?
I can't tell you this. There really
Swing looks beautiful. Swing looks great, though, right?
Without the ball.
Yep.
So this is fraudulent.
No.
He's working it. He's putting a little kayfabe on that swing.
He goes and plays at Tahoe every summer and comes in bottom 3 every time.
His caddy's the problem.
His caddy tells him he should continue to do what he's doing, which is try to be a professional golfer.
Guys, Miz has had a hell of a run. Former WWE. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he should. That's not. He's in the woods there.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate that trail is.
Okay, former WWE champion. I think he's hosting American Gladiators. That's on the way.
What?
That's right.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
think that's
go,
a spoiler.
Miz.
If it is, I'm screwed.
I think it's out there.
He's done everything in the business. If this is his new thing, Dancing with the Stars.
Unbelievable.
If this is his new thing he's picking up, let him get in here. Take a couple putts. Put some money on the line. You're losing way too much money on College Game Day, by the way.
Yeah, you might
I had Brandy watching it this week with the 2 kids who went tandem on you.
Yeah.
I'm dying laughing at the money just draining from you. You
Yeah,
had
thanks,
to know that kid was going through the uprights. That was the most white soccer player, I'm going to kick it straight, I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And they were in cahoots. I just met this guy. No, you didn't. They're literally like that.
Finance. They both are in finance.
We said the same.
Yeah.
I love that you're willing to do that, but man, like,
We need some rules. Yeah, I agree. We're
you
putting
need
some
someone
rules.
else on the show to say, I'll chip in here. Not just, hey, Pat Money,
Good idea.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right. Good luck tomorrow night. Shout out to those kids. I appreciate it. I respect it. But yes, it is getting expensive.
Yeah, no, good for them.
Kicking's not supposed to be easy. That's the whole part of the segment. You know, so I don't love that. Even if he was a soccer player, that's a hard kick. There's thousands of people around.
Congrats to you, though. Kickers are all the rage right now. I'm watching the Cowboys just for the kicker these days. Yeah. This what a vibe.
Well, I'm watching WWE because of you.
Thank you, sir.
I'll see you tomorrow night in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
On SmackDown with Randy Orton taking on the future of the industry. Taking on the two dudes that you wouldn't want to fight, but that's everybody in there.
Yeah. Amen.
Taking on the Vision tomorrow night SmackDown. Then next week in Perth, Australia. Are you guys winning a ring for that? I
have the ring and I forgot to wear it. Look at me. That's that. See, I was a wrestler until I just said that. Yeah, no, the ring is on the line. Plus the giant fall right off you because it weighs 70 pounds title that you got to get every buckle on. But it's the biggest title I've ever seen, ever. So hopefully it's there in Perth, and then the winner gets a ring. I get to keep my ring, though. So the idea is getting 2 rings.
Oh, give me all the rings.
You want a Brady style, fill a hand up. Yeah, that's what you want.
You got one of these? You don't. I got 2 of these. You can potentially do that. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a break. On the other side, we'll make our picks, and we're going to celebrate the hell out of the American Nightmare. Our champion, ladies and gentlemen, Cody Rhodes.
Hey, Cody!
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. Take 5.
I think there's only one thing left to do here. I've experienced cafecito time. I've experienced the wonderful culture. I've experienced the beautiful people, and I think we got some canes over here. We got some canes over here. We got some canes over here. This day in Coral Gables is going to be one that I will remember for the rest of my life. Ray Lewis started his dance right here at Miami. Ed Reed started his legendary run here at Miami. The legends of football run deep. The moments are special. The national championships are in abundance. Just last year, a lovely University of Miami woman diver from Italy won a national championship. This thing's been staring at me all damn. If you come to this beautiful campus, you will notice quickly that the students here love this university. They love this atmosphere. And I'm with everybody. I think the U is back. Give me.
He's got the speed on. Oh my God.
Give me the.
Oh God.
Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together.
I think that was the lead pencil for the pencil.
And he's got the U. Flashing it out.
Coach.
Yeah, man. Great job, man. Terrific.
Coach, I didn't have the microphone in my hand when I said I was doing the pencil to honor your Ticonderoga. I appreciate the hell out of you.
We glad to do all the wires off you.
Coach.
It was great, and I really enjoyed it. I wanted to let you know that I passed this torch. I'm doing a great guy.
Coach, I thank you so much for calling and saying that. That's incredibly cool. You've done such amazing things for this sport, obviously for this show. You've taken it to levels that it's never seen before, and I'm just going to try to pay tribute, man, and do what the show deserves, if that's all right by you.
Well, you did a terrific job. I want to congratulate you, and good luck in the rest of the shows.
I love you, Coach. I appreciate you.
Okay, Pat. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. That was cool.
That's sick.
Holy fuck.
that's really cool of him to do.
Oh, yeah! I was wondering if he was going to be here. I hadn't heard from Pat in a while.
It's Mr. Indianapolis himself.
Did you have any idea?
I mean, if you got on the internet, everyone's been talking about it. Pat was going to be here.
I don't go on the internet. Wade, it said you were fired and you're here tonight.
Some people wish I was.
Oh, it's going to be fun tonight.
We are going to Planet McAfee here at WrestlePalooza.
Oh, wait, I got our audio guy setting some stuff up here next to us. I think Pat McAfee may be joining us here at ringside.
Oh, hell yeah! Someone sane to talk to for once. Yes!
Yeah!
Oh, God, it's a love fest. You're making me sick. I've never in my life seen Michael Cole as happy as he is right now. Jumping up and down like a
What an electric night it's going to be. He's starting off early. It's going to be one of those nights, Wade.
Still got the moves. Get the cans off.
I'll be on the record saying this is impossible to pick these.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Randy Moss was faster than every DVD.
I'm going to go with Rob. He influenced me, Tom.
Your form were changed by the order in Tom's presentation?
Yes, of course. I started this idea. I can change.
I don't know how I can sit here and argue against Randy Moss. I drove 7 hours in the middle of the night to host him on a visit to Tennessee. I'm not okay with Gronk over Mark. I'm not signing the release and letting Tom come away with 2 Patriots. I don't have 1 Colts.
This is about Rushmore of receivers, which includes, for our purposes here, also tight ends.
It's the worst list I've ever seen.
Okay, that's the worst list?
My hobbies are spending time with friends and family and video games. I was looking at some list of things that turn women off the most, and one is if your hobby is video games.
Finals against the Lakers, up by 15.
16.
I think it was 15. I called the game.
I was at that game.
You were at the game, but I called the game.
Yeah, I'm sitting there next to Phil.
You have Iowa State wrestling on your Mount Rushmore. What are you talking about?
Okay, so what was your second one?
No, you're absolutely wrong.
3 guys.
I was a kid when you were still pissing off curbs. I bought that fucking record, and that was a band. Noel Redding.
It's electrifying here in Happy Valley. We're lucky to be here. And, the way you win this is you have be the first 300 people here and you get a ticket. And then we randomly select a ticket, and that person gets an opportunity to kick a 33-yard field goal for an undetermined amount of money. This week, we had our man, William, right? What's your name?
William, yes, sir.
You won the raffle, and you said, I don't want to kick because I suck at kicking. Is that accurate?
More or less.
What is your major here?
I'm a finance major.
Okay, so money decision was, I suck at this. Let me try to find somebody who's good at this. How did you land on my man here, and what are your hopes in him?
Well, I was looking around. I saw my man. He said he plays soccer, and I was like, this is my guy right here, my guy Carson. I have faith in him, so I know he's going to get it done.
All right, you're Carson, right? You played high school soccer. Is that accurate?
I did play high school soccer.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're a Pennsylvania guy. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
Other than not football, soccer.
Okay. Well, hopefully you're terrible at this. It's $100,000. Are you guys splitting that 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll make it $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Okay. You only get one kick, though. You've gamed the ticket game, which I appreciate and respect. It's up to $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Only one kick, though, Herbie. We're not doing anything. I don't care how many Staters chant for another kick. Only one, Herbie. Played high school soccer. He's a good player.
We got a problem here.
That's right. It's a whiteout. It could be a special day. You could help out your guy, William, in winning $150,000. One kick, 300,000, two.
You're a good man.
This minute, Carson, congratulations.
You crushed that.
William, way to go. It has been an expensive year out here at the field goal kick. Carson, I'm proud of you, buddy. 300,000, 150 to you, 150 to you. Good finance decisions were made. And the first top 6 whiteout has a magical vibe and an expensive one. We are. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. I think that maybe they should have turned that around and said thank you to Pat.
Why don't you let me beat your ass right here, right now?
You all want to see The Miz versus Pat McAfee right here, right now? I'm the host of WrestleMania, and I cannot make matches official.
Miz, I do believe your tiny balls are showing.
Tiny balls. Tiny balls.
Baby meat as well. There's
80,497
people here. Somebody has to be able to make a match official somewhere.
I am the dog father and the host of WrestleMania, so I feel like I can make that match happen. Right now, we got a ref, we got you, Let's get cracking. I'm out. Let's go. I don't do it.
And McAfee go right after Miz with the right hand, driving Miz back into the corner. Pat McAfee in action. This is a blatant sneak attack. He takes his duties as host of WrestleMania. Oh yes, Spinebuster! This derelict shows up, and check out his tank top though. He's got sparkles on it. You're behind this, aren't you? But no, I had no idea. You said the same thing in the Rumble. I didn't know this guy was showing up. Oh, what a kick by McAfee! Miz.
Hey, baby boss! Baby boss! Tiny meat!
In a $7,000 tuxedo. Yeah, good. George Kittle of the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not sure how wise that was. McAfee's got the official distracted in the ring. Kittle just took out Miz. Kittle telling McAfee to go up top. McAfee heading up to the top rope. And taking out the Miz. Now we're talking. Miz may never win another match. McAfee closing in on another WrestleMania victory. The all-decade punter with a punt to end this thing. Here's your winner, Pat McAfee. A surprise here tonight at WrestleMania Goes Hollywood.
Hey,
What?
let's
show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Week 5 NFL Kickoff Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. Hour 3 of the program begins now. Football! Is the greatest sport on earth. That is AJ Hawk right there. He is a Hoffnom, which we need to continue.
Yeah, baby.
That's a Hall of Fame nominee. He's got a new haircut. The haircut's becoming Hall of Fame worthy as well.
Yeah, it is.
Or is this what the look's going to be? Is it going to be a low fade and then we're going to slick this thing back? How you doing? Keep it moving. Or maybe we do the blowout like Paulie D and the boys from Jersey. What are the thoughts here with the low fade? What's the end goal here, pal?
I do not have an end goal, actually. I just was trying to grow the sides out, and so try to clean it up a little bit. But I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue what I'm going to do with it.
I think it looks very good. I think it looks very good right now. There was a couple months there where we were wondering what the hell you were doing or what you were going to do. We're starting a football season. You're on TV every day. This is an aggressive decision. I think you've gotten to the point here, Week 5, good shape.
Yeah.
It's got good shape. Maybe you do the Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes.
He does have great
on
hair.
your hair.
Yeah.
Do that.
He was wearing I love his pocket watch situation. How awesome would that be to have that?
He's always swagged out of his mind. Such a good suit. And then I love that when he wears a tracksuit, they call him Cozy Rhodes. He big-time ball fan. Big-time ball fan.
Oh, you can tell. You can tell.
He watches show a lot, this show a lot. Anytime I would see him at an event or if we were literally anywhere at the same time, he would always go out of his way to mention something that happened on the show that day or like the most recent day. He's always been so cool to me. I'm very thankful for him. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Big one tonight for you boys.
All the marbles. For all the marbles.
Okay, what's final score? Let's do a prediction.
Ooh. I'm going to say 5-2 Yankees.
Fuck
you. I'm going to say 7-6 Sox.
Whoa!
Uh-huh.
What's the over-under in this particular game? Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tone.
Yankees are around -150 on the money line to win, and the over/under is 7.5.
Oh, Comment says no problem.
No problem at all. I mean, the bats have gotten hot. And like I said, I missed 5 innings, but I'm pretty sure the bats are hot. Right?
The bats are fairly hot. They have been pretty tight, low-scoring affairs. But, guys are getting hit.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, singles.
Singles.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of singles. It's hashtag up to something season for Boston Connor last night. Got captivated by it. I cannot wait for the world to see it. And tonight, the world gets to see an NFC West battle as the Rams and the Niners will face off to kick off Week 5 of the NFL season. Stafford, McCorkle, Jones. There was a line at 7.5 somewhere. Is it still 8.5 at ESPN Bet, or where are we at now?
It is 8.5 across the board now.
Okay, 8.5 across the board. Conman, what do we need to know? Injuries for the Niners.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a bet on or touches for the Niners, but no wide receiver 1 with Pearsall, no wide receiver 3 with, or 2 rather, with Jawan Jennings. So it's kind of Mac Jones, Kendrick Bourne a la 2021 in New England when it comes to receivers for the 49ers. Expect CMC to get legitimately 55 touches. He's the leading receiver and rusher tonight for the Niners.
Demarcus Robinson, I believe, is the name that Kirk Herbstreit mentioned as wide receiver for the Niners that might get a touch or two here this evening. Maybe sprinkle a little anytime TD there on Demarcus Robinson. Just felt like a name that came out of nowhere at Kirk Herbstreit's mouth. A lot of injuries for this Niners team. Seems like this is kind of the story, brother, all the time with it.
Yeah, that's they've been bitten by the injury bug for many, many years. You hear Coach McCarthy say he hates like fatigue injuries that always bother him. Like soft tissue stuff he'd be pretty upset with that because sometimes you got to do whatever you can to try to prevent those with hydration, taking care of yourself, but sometimes you're just unlucky, and it feels like the Niners have been unlucky for year after year after year.
I'm not sure if there's any tickets available for SoFi tonight, but I assume there is. And if you want to go or you want to go anywhere else, use our friends at SeatGeek. Right now you can get $30 off with tickets code Pat McAfee.
There you go.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. No spaces.
Does that change a lot?
We change it a lot, yeah. It gets changed a lot. We don't change it, by the way. What happens is it gets onto
Reddit.
Gets onto, maybe not Reddit anymore, but it gets onto these like couponers thing, and it gets abused, is what they say. And I'm like, well, what's
couponers?
What's the purpose of having one? if you don't want to get used.
People to use it.
Well, we want it to get used, but not by people that aren't supposed to use it. It's like, okay.
How do you know who's supposed to use it?
Who's allowed to use it?
Well, I guess it gets spammed pretty good. To be clear, SeatGeek people are smart people.
Yeah.
Like I am a big fan of the SeatGeek people. Always have been. They have taken a lot of shots with us and have helped us out immensely. But yeah, I do get a little frustrated when it's like, oh, it's PMS dirty. No, it's Pat dirty. No, it's just Pat. No, it's like, can we? What is this what everybody does? Does this happen all the time? What's going on? Well, it gets into threads that's just not the right. So we don't want people to use it. Well, we want the right people to use it.
They want people who watch the show and earn it.
That's right. They don't want people to take advantage of the system.
Boom.
With that being said, if you want to take advantage of the system, Pat McAfee, right now, $30 off tickets. There are some restrictions that apply. It doesn't matter if you're a new or repeat customer. $30 off with code PATMCAFEE. No space. I don't think it matters if it's capital or lowercase. You can get $30 off your tickets with some restrictions that will apply. And SeatGeek is the greatest ticket buying platform on planet Earth and the moon. That's coming. Live events on the moon are coming.
Yeah, quickly.
Tonight, football goes to space. Tonight, football and its excitement goes to the moon as McCorkle Jones takes on Matthew Stafford. AJ, 8.5 is the spread. At one point, it was 3. The Rams favored at home with Puka Nacua playing the greatest football maybe any wide receiver has ever played in the history of its league. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
So, yeah, I've said before, I've gone back and forth on this one. And as Coach Mike said, like 8.5 is a lot of points, especially if you're in division. So, 3 seconds ago, I was thinking, okay, I'm going Rams here. I'm going Rams minus 8.5. But you know what? I got to trust my instincts. I'm taking Niners here plus 8.5 on the road.
I woke up this morning, had a tune in my mind, went to the notes section, then the voice memo.
Sure.
Had a nice workout, got a good sweat in. Went over to the sauna thing.
Sure. Nice.
It's great. House I moved into had one of these. Holy shit. Shout out to rich white dude.
Yeah.
Putting this. Thank you. There's a lot of things this guy has in the house where I'm like, thank you, bro. I would have certainly never accomplished getting this done. So thank you for doing it. As I was sitting in there, I just started doing research on this particular game. And Hembo, obviously, massive tag team partner with a bunch of stats. All the stats say Shanahan's going to keep this close with McVay. So, do the Rams win? We all think yes, right? We all assume yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But Thursday night, division game, and Shanahan with McVay, I think it stays close. So, I'm with you. And it's been this way since, I think, 5:40 a.m. I actually looked at the clock and was like, I am not budging.
Love it.
Last week, I waffled on a lot of picks. I ended up having 3 right out of 16. Okay, so I at 5:14 or 5:40 this morning, I was like, I'm sticking with this, no matter what, no matter who comes on the show and says whatever the fuck, no matter what stat is said about how great Puka is and how great Matt, I believe him. I agree. Don't move. So I'm staying on Niners plus 8.5, strictly because I made a deal with myself when I was sweating my balls off this morning. And last week I did a lot of
good players.
And every way I leaned, I thought, ended up being the right way.
Well, not all of them, because you leaned Bears, and I said, but Max Crosby. Oh, shit. And you know, that one was, that one's on me.
One was on me,
Yeah, but
too.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I was watching those games, and I was like, man, I think I've won all these games, because my first thought was all what was happening, and I'm like, holy fuck. I'm really seeing the field right now. I went 8 of 10 on game day. Then I'm watching these games on Sunday. I'm like, fucking boys got it right now. We got this thing kind of figured out. And then I see the graphic, and it's like, no, you do not.
The fuck?
And I'm like, oh, man, I thought I waffled back. I thought I seesawed back. So I'm not budging anymore. I'm fucking staying the course.
5:40 a.m., that's your truest self, too. That's how you know.
This is very new me. This is a very new me. Is it the true me? Maybe. It is a very new me this morning.
It's your heart's North Star.
5:40?
Mm-hmm.
Well said. Well said.
That's right. I should follow it.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm going to see it every day, but I have been seeing it on a very regular basis these days. Been drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, become a coffee drinker. You know, you go down to Paris Island, you watch the Marines and the drill instructors operate, and you're like, these motherfuckers are optimal elite human beings. These are the ones.
Yeah.
These are, we should, We should try to carry over what these guys are doing. And women for like our actual life. Find myself waking up earlier, a little more coffee. I'm shaving now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a scar on your jaw.
Yeah, that's a good one.
On your chin, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time. These things are going to happen.
Yeah.
There's a couple here.
Sure.
There's a couple here. I mean, there is a couple on this side. This is life, what you are seeing here. Okay, this is all life, what you're seeing. But it has become a new one with the morning. And it's been fun to become a morning person. Always been a nocturnal creature. Always. Like 2, 3 a.m. up. And then I'd hear the morning people say, like, you got to be up early if you want to accomplish things. I'm like, you're fucking sleeping, bitch. I'm still up.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I am up at 2, 3 a.m. There is a different animal to waking up. Now, granted, with kids, have to. Because whenever she wakes up, it kind of takes over a lot of things. You don't have as much free time, so you have to wake up early. But I do appreciate the waking up and just, like, the mindset it takes to, like, not just be like, actually, I could probably sleep another 20, 30 minutes. And then that becomes 45.
Yeah, it'll get you. It will get you.
Yeah, so like that first decision of like getting up has become one that I've really enjoyed making. I don't know if this is the new me though forever. AJ, you're a morning, right? You're an early riser?
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't, it should get easier as you get older. It doesn't get easier for me. I thought it would, but no.
Yeah, but every day you're making that decision. You're a pretty structured morning guy, right?
Yeah, I try to be.
I think it's good for you to do that. Everything I've read is like, hey, have a thing.
Need structure to the day.
Need something to start your day with. And it's like I've been waking up early and I've been loving it. Not at the exact time of waking up. To your point.
Sure.
You say it gets easier.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck this. It's pitch black. It's about to be pitch black.
I know. I'm not looking forward to it.
It's already starting to kind of get to that 7 o'clock. Still very dark outside.
Bingo. My entire morning this morning, pitch black.
Yeah.
It made me feel like I'm a fucking.
Yeah.
I'm so early, dude. I'm up so early right now.
I bet.
It's fun, dude. Then that cold tub. I don't go all the way in because I'm trying to grow muscles and there's a bunch of anti-propaganda.
Sure.
That's right.
But I will certainly dunk my face in it. That's a nice little wake-up call, too. Just 42 degrees.
Yeah.
It's been fun, man. It's a whole new me. Feels great. Sent a hilarious email this morning. Maybe my best email I've ever sent. I think. Person that received it, I don't know what they think about it. But me sending it, I felt good. I felt in my bag. Every sentence got better. And then even the sign-off. You know where it says, like, this email was sent from an iPhone. I even made that as a PS, basically. This email was sent by a retired ball kicker who, and then bury him again, and then from his iPhone. Send. So every sentence got better. It was really good. It's like how people want movies to go, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
That was that email. So mornings have been great for me, is what I'm saying. It's been entertaining for me. And AJ, maybe I FaceTime you in one of these mornings.
There you go.
Maybe you can give me a little motivational sermon to kind of start my day, AJ.
Classic AJ.
I don't know. Was that? Do you think this person you sent the email to, hopefully they woke up and first thing they read was this email? Did it motivate them?
4 people. Yeah. I think they'll be motivated. Yeah. I think they'll be spurned to action of some sort.
Oh, nice.
I just ain't got time for this shit, you know. This guy wears tank tops. He's a fucking idiot. Okay. We'll see, buddy. We will see. On that note, let's get some fucking games right.
Okay, here we go.
Yes. Come on, boys.
Tonight we start. We start 1-0.
Tonight. I don't want to do that.
I don't think you need to.
No.
You stuck with your gut. Why are you?
You're right.
Now,
I mean,
exactly.
Good point.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Oh, come on.
That wasn't for anything.
No.
That was just for fun.
Yeah. Just
that's all.
Even if it was someone, I can't remember who brought it up the other. There's been an alarming amount of injuries since AJ made his shot that said no more.
That is true.
Yeah.
Maybe the most
you're right.
injuries in history.
What
since
happened?
that shot?
It's probably you, AJ.
I
mean, I should have. I'm going to punt the next one then, right?
Not in here, please. We got lights everywhere. That one out earlier. Did you see we had full power outage?
Yeah, it was. I had a full power outage yesterday. It dropped me off the show. Yeah, like what's going on?
I don't know. The graphics thing crashed right before we went live yesterday too.
That might have been my fault.
AI's overloading the grid.
I think I fat fingered that one.
Oh no!
I'm just guessing here. I actually don't know, but I'm just guessing.
There's a chance I accidentally hit the dump everything button.
Yeah.
As opposed to the load everything button. You see that right there.
That was the first though.
Hey, well, way to recover back.
Yeah.
That was real panic. There was real panic back there.
That was terrible.
And then when the lights go out, but ears still worked.
Yep.
Microphone still worked. So we put these UPS things, uninterrupted power supply what are those called? The
generator?
Generator, there it is. So these things, in theory, you're uninterrupted is in the U, okay? But there has to be some sort of power outage to launch generator. This one, we paid massive amount of money to a very good company, great company here in Indiana that does like a lot of work around. And it's like, this is the quickest like out to back on UPS you can basically get. And shout out to it, it worked, kept us on.
The stage lights stayed on the whole time.
These lights were off.
Yeah.
TVs went out. The mic stayed on. We didn't go to ESPN for 24 seconds. 24 seconds.
That's pretty good.
YouTube all good though.
YouTube's still good. TikTok, I think, still good.
Yep.
Unless they banned us for another 24 hours, which happens all the time.
Every day.
So you have a full power outage in the building, and you only lose 24 seconds. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Shout out to the Bealeys, Bealey Electrical. They came in and looked at the entire place. Was like, think you need this, think you need this, and Tim McAfee alongside of him, obviously getting to the bottom of it. Because in years past, that would have been full.
That's the end of the show,
Show's
folks.
over. Hey, somebody called Sports Center.
Kamaru Usman.
Oh my God, Kamaru Usman was giving one of the greatest motivational speeches of all time about what he thinks about when he's walking to the ring. I turn into an animal. I turn into a beast. I start thinking about, and just everything stopped.
Yeah, and then we had to guess if someone flipped the switch in the back alley.
Which turns out, some
It
homeless
was.
bum hopped on the thing.
Yep. Some bum.
Turned it off. So, shout out to the UPS system keeping us up. But we need to figure out how maybe to send it to ESPN. So we need to ups. We need to ups the thing. We need to ups the thing that's going to ESPN.
Get that connection.
Yeah. Or wherever it's been sent.
Space.
Moon.
Eventually.
There's a girl training to go to Mars, and she's never going to come back. And
See, she got bad parents. Her parents.
And she knows
like,
that.
I don't want to judge anybody, but I don't need that. I don't need to hear about that. Imagine Mackenzie comes home one day and says, I'm going to Mars and never coming back. It's like, what the fuck? No.
They're not. That's not happening. I'm your father. You're not going.
You're not doing that. How about that? This is fun. Why don't you fucking just start digging a grave?
She's 24 years old.
Oh, my gosh. Come on. There's so many things we need to find out here. We don't need to lose you forever. Just fuck it, send it, she says. Put me in. Where's Elon? Elon.
Yeah.
I need you to build one that just fucking just sends it. Just, I want to get up there and then I want it to just like a blow. Just send me up.
She's like McConaughey in, what's it called? Where he travels. Interstellar.
Sure.
What was Affleck? He was growing something on Mars, right? Red? No.
No, that was Damon.
Damon in The Martian, yeah.
A good movie.
Growing potatoes from his poop.
Could have never guessed he would have been Stockott.
And Viking.
Yeah.
Viking and potatoes.
I would like to acknowledge the courage that this takes to make this decision.
Mm-hmm.
This is like when Christopher Columbus was told, hey, you're going to die. And he said, fuck it, I hate my family.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is that right? We don't know. We don't know. He might have been he might have been a single man just hating it. We have no idea. But we do know that to make that decision, there had to be something going on that's like, thank you. You're telling me I'll fall off of that thing? Yeah, you got it. I'm sure I can go get some boys too. Go down to the bar. Hey, got a one-way trip to fucking nowhere.
Let's roll.
Anybody wants to take it?
100 people. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, fuck. Never gonna go home again. Go in there. So we don't love it. A lot of courage though.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So what's her name? Do we know her name?
Yes, I just had Alyssa Carson, I think.
They
Congratulations.
don't do one-way missions, though. They say they're not doing one-way missions. Like, she has to plan on coming back, right?
Well, I think we all just kind of understand what that means. You know.
I mean, isn't it like a 9-month ride? Like, that's the thing. How do you not go crazy
I think it's longer
9
than
months
that.
one way? Oh, geez.
Well, remember in Avatar, they kind of put them to sleep.
They do. In the chambers.
Kind of put you to sleep when you're out there. Remember?
Yeah.
Then when you wake up, you start floating around.
Yeah.
Welcome to bam, bam, bam. And then you start kind of dancing around. And then if you're paralyzed, you can't do it. But then they put you in a tube, and all of a sudden you're fucking
The 11-foot blue thing.
most athletic thing of all time. There's a chance that's what she's signing up for. And I would like to say, if she was sold that, I understand.
Yeah, I get it.
If you want to go be a 11-foot most athletic blue thing of all time,
Right.
Maybe I would sign up for that. But that is a one-way trip. I think that's what Alyssa's probably acknowledging.
Yeah.
They're saying I'm coming back, but
I'm not.
Is that what she's saying?
Probably not.
Maybe I'll make a chip for if the
There you go.
tide's going to turn.
Hey.
Into that hole next to the garbage can, maybe.
Sounds doable. Yeah, maybe.
got that.
No,
You got that.
it's the unduffable. I don't need to. I'm leaving before changing it. AJ, you're the man. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for traveling out here tomorrow. I'll be live in Alabama. They got me in a sick spot. Foxy,
It's awesome.
They got me in a great spot.
Nice.
Down there. It's been fun because years past, I just go on the field, which has been awesome, showcasing the stadiums and everything like that. And obviously, I didn't know much about the college football world at that time, or many people in the college football world. So now that, I've kind of met some people, know some people, the thought is like, hey, can I get a cool place that maybe I don't get third-degree sunburns? And
all the time.
Also, maybe showcase something cool about your place. And we've really had sweet setups so far this season. I'm very thankful to everybody that has been allowing us in their building. James Franklin, I was 4 feet from his office.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was literally 4 feet, overlooking their entire facility and their stadium and everything. It was like beautiful. This one tomorrow is a nasty setup. I mean, it is sweet. I'm very thankful. I don't know how many people get access to these places, but we're incredibly lucky and thankful that we get to do it. We'll see you tomorrow. Be your friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're both on the Niners plus 8.5, even though everybody thinks the Rams are going to win. Seems too obvious.
Yep.
And that football wasn't for that.
No.
Debo's got to jump up and get that ball, doesn't he?
That football would be perfect because it is right
Stuck in the
middle,
rim.
isn't it?
Another tie.
No, that's
Debo ain't
that's a win
reaching
and a
that.
cover right there.
All right, Talk can get it.
Look how close that is to going in. If that ball hits an inch higher,
Man.
it bounces off of that, obviously inside the paint.
It's amazing how it got stuck like that, too. Like, long.
Sideways, oblong.
Well,
oblong, yeah.
That's because I turned that son of a bitch sideways. As I,
It's a nice release.
It's almost like
nice
a simulation.
yeah, it's like how lefties.
Oh,
You see a lot of.
What?
Don't
Who's
say
running
that.
it? Who's running it? though?
Somebody, something. We don't have enough time to talk about it now. And I'll tell you what, I try to check all the boxes when I'm doing this one at night. Hey, Jesus Christ, obviously, I'm very thankful for you. I appreciate you doing what you're doing. You died for my sins and all of our sins. I hope you take care of me and my family and keep my daughter healthy and happy. Now, if it's not Jesus, I would like to say thank you to my families that have passed away, family members that have passed away. Maybe they're up there guiding me. I hope you all are okay. My friends, I hope you guys are good. If it's any of the other gods or whatever fucking running it, I appreciate you guys. I don't know what you guys got going on, but I do appreciate it. Just want to kind of check all the boxes just in case, you never know who you're going to meet up here. I think I'm okay with basically everybody, but there's one particular one. If it's right, I'm wrong. We're going to send the other team on me. Team on 3, never forget it. Let's enjoy tonight. Let's enjoy this life. We're in the middle of football season. Baseball has meaningful games. Magic is happening. The Fever, we're going to win the WNBA Commissioner's Cup. Is the commissioner?
She's done.
What is she doing? Was she boozed up whenever she was saying these things?
Sounds like it.
Was she at the All-Star game here in Indy just like, fuck, Caitlin? How does that happen?
Does kind of sound like it.
I was listening to that quote. As Fee, I believe, is the name. She's vice president of the women WNBAPA or whatever.
Nafisa Collier.
There in the middle, yeah. Nafisa Collier, they call her Fee. She, as she was giving that speech and like kind of unloading everything that was happening, I'm like, okay, we're trying to do a little leverage play here. And then she said, verbatim, I was told. And I'm like, okay, what could this be? And then she's saying, I'm like, no fucking way. What is happening right here? That is a fatal blow, I think, because normally league is going to win the public. Players have no chance. Normally, the reason that happens whenever there's a labor dispute, team's going to be there a lot longer than any of these players are. So, hey, players, you're cool and all that, but when you're gone, this team's still going to be. This team is a part of the fabric of the city. The fans are a fan of this team, okay, and that's how it's going to be. The players are kind of replaceable, actually. That's kind of the start of the business. So anytime there's a work stoppage or a contract negotiation or anything like that, fans and public normally all side with billionaires and teams. That is kind of what it works. Fee dropped a little. She changed the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Because now Caitlin Clark's fans are like,
what'd you say?
We knew she wasn't thankful. We knew she wasn't thankful. And then the rest of the WNBA is like, what'd she say? And so it wasn't just Caitlin fans in the WNBA, because there's been like, Caitlin fans, WNBA fans. There's like, what's the two circles?
Venn diagram.
Felt like that the shared part was very small at the beginning. Very, very small at the beginning. And then, I think it has opened up as the league has continued to do a thing, but there's still obviously more on either side. Feels like this one right here in the middle. This commissioner right here in the middle. What did she say? They're calling for her job.
Oh, yeah.
They're calling for her job.
Yeah.
And then Caitlin comes out and goes, yep, everything she said. And Caitlin, well, fuck, Caitlin didn't stick up for this lady at all. What about Paige at the end of the J. Hud Hall of Happiness? Kathy, I bet I was the last person you thought you'd see. And then she gives her the Rookie of the Year award, and Paige, thank you so much. Does the hug and move. Was that the last time we saw
Maybe
Kathy Engelbert as the commissioner of the WNBA?
I think so.
They're trying. They're trying. I'm excited to see what she says next. I had 4 Jack Daniels.
Oh, boo-hoo, I got fucked up and said some stuff I shouldn't have. Let's move on.
When did those conversations happen? Are those in secrecy? Like how?
Yeah.
She was very comfortable, clearly. Very comfortable whenever she was saying whatever she was saying. And it's like, I hope you guys figure it out. And when Caitlin comes back, I know the Fever are going to win it all. And when Kelsey Mitchell gets healthy, just know we're going to win. She got hurt last night.
Damn.
Lost the game against the Aces. She was leading the team. Leah Boston, I think, went for like a quadruple double last night.
Yeah, overtime game. Tough overtime game.
Tough game. Let's go run by Fever with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And on that note, feels like Kathy's about to have a long off season.
Yeah.
I don't know how she's going to put out those fires. As somebody that has had a few fires around the WNBA world,
Sure.
Those are very.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You better sound the alarm. That's a 6-alarm fire right there. Good luck. It is a good time. Let's remember that. Let's not try to hold back sports. Sure. To promote sports.
Mm-hmm.
The world needs more sports. And tonight we got baseball. More importantly, we got Week 5 NFL football. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.